Make Tab Radio your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
Welcome back to the Sports Daily. Retrovision text line, as always, open 0427 789 571. We'll catch up with Adam Hamilton and Ray Williams very shortly. We've sort of flagged the fact that the drip-feeding AFL fixtures out to us over the last couple of days. They did some more yesterday afternoon, and one thing I love, Diggers, is the Friday double headers.
You like them?
Oh, they're just massive, aren't they? Huge.
Are you being facetious?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well,
it's terrible.
Well, you don't like them?
No. Why have two games on at once on a Friday when that's supposed to be your prime time slot? They're supposed to be good games.
Yeah, well, you'd have to ask the AFL boffins. I'm not sure.
Well, I'd like to. They probably won't take a call.
Not now.
So in round 8,
yes,
we're going to have to choose between watching the Western Bulldogs and Fremantle.
At Marvel?
Yes.
Yeah, or...
And then 50 minutes later, the showdown begins.
See, I think that's disrespectful to the showdown. The showdown deserves either a Friday night or a Thursday. Oh, it wouldn't ever be on Thursday night, but a Friday night. Just play it on a Friday night. Let it be Friday night by itself.
In round 6, Geelong play the Western Bulldogs at GMHBA. You expect that game should be pretty competitive.
Yes,
should be a good game to watch.
Good game, yep.
And then half an hour later, Sydney take on GWS.
Again, that's a bitter rivalry. You know, fierce combatants. Let them play and let them have the stage. Let them have the stage themselves. If you put Sydney and GWS on a Friday night with the history of those two clubs and where they're at on the ladder and what's going forward in 2026, it would be well watched, surely.
Yeah. So
anyway,
just madness.
So that's what the AFL does. They do some weird stuff.
So Fremantle are involved in a few double ups there on Friday night. So I suppose they give Fremantle Friday night games, but it's a little bit of a backhander. But anyway, have your say. Harness racing time.
Throughout the decades, there has been one standout voice in harness racing. Adam Hamilton has conveyed the amazing highs and the heartbreaking lows. Retrovision are proud to present Adam Hamilton. Retrovision, lowest prices guaranteed. RAC members save an extra 5% every day at Retrovision.
Good morning to you, Adam.
Yeah, morning, guys. Great to be on with you. It was an incredible day for the Australians at New Zealand Cup Day on Tuesday, and taking out both the features, obviously, but in somewhat of a twist and underlining the depth of talent that Australia's got in harness racing at the moment. Both races went to Aussies, but not the Aussies we expected to win them.
Yeah, well, let's start with Kingman, who was able to take down the champ.
Tremendous, just an extraordinary performance. A performance that, well, I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. A horse being able to take on Leap to Fame at his own game, do more work than Leap to Fame, and beat him, which he did. It was, even the locals were hailing it one of the greatest New Zealand Cup performances in the 120-plus years of history of the race. So, daring drive by Luke McCarthy to make a three-wide move, no cover at the 1400, knowing that there's no chance he would be able to get around Leap to Fame and get to the death seat. So, and he was still good enough to win it and do plenty wrong as well. He hung so badly on a few occasions, but he just kept on coming. So I don't think it's overstating it now to say that, you know, it is a potential changing of the guard, because he beat Leap to Fame on his merits in the Victoria Cup, and then he beat him even more so on his merits on Tuesday. So that's now twice in a row. I'm not saying that he'll beat Leap to Fame every time they race. I'm not saying that at all, because, you know, I still think Leap to Fame is maybe about 95% of the best version of him at the moment, and I don't exactly know why, and nor does Grant Dixon, but I don't want to take much away from Kingman, whose performance was incredible. But also, you know, people are saying to me after the race, you know, has he come back to them, Leap to Fame? Is he not the horse that he was? The other way of looking at it is he sat outside Republican Party, and if there's no Kingman, Leap to Fame sits in the death and wins the New Zealand Cup, and everyone's saying that's another chapter in the greatness of this horse. So if there's no Kingman, Leap to Fame does what many thought might have been nearly impossible and sits in the death and wins. So I think we're just seeing a time where Kingman looks like a rare talent and a very special horse, and Leap to Fame has now found a peer, a horse that can go with him in these races. So that was the New Zealand Cup itself, and we'll talk more soon because Kingman waits and runs on Friday week against 4-year-olds in the Christian Cullen, but Leap to Fame is down to back up on Friday. More on that in just a moment, but also back to Tuesday. And, well, we had the 4 runners in the trotting equivalent of the Cup, the Dominion Trot, and it was Gus, the Queenslander, who produced the most stunning of speed displays down the back straight to go from near last to loop the field and get around to the front and then just keep going and win the Group 1 Dominion. So it was a magical moment for Pete McMullen and Chantel Turpin, husband and wife. They trained the horse together. Pete drove it, and he's a trotter that's promised so much, but he's always been a handful. And in their own words, Gus, you've given us so many headaches, but now you've given us our greatest moment in the sport. So he was tremendous. Jillaby Ballerini, desperately unlucky when held up behind the tiring and very disappointing RC Phoenix. And some of the locals, Oscar Bonavina ran well. And these trotters, pretty much all of them, bar RC Phoenix, who was way below his best, will back up on for tomorrow, Friday as well.
All right, you may as well continue on with that Addington Show Day because you touched on Leap to Fame. He's set to back up as well. Goes from the New Zealand Cup to a 1,900-metre race.
Yeah, so the Australian influence in, and big Australian influence in 5 of the feature races tomorrow. So Group 1, $200,000 pacing free-fall is race 12 on a massive 13-race card. Leap to Fame draws 8, Republican Party 7, Merlin 10. Merlin looked like the winner in the Cup 100 metres out, but just didn't quite run the 3,200 metres. I think Leap to Fame will bounce back. The one little question mark is that Grant Dixon said the run did take a bit out of him. So he's going to make a final decision. I think he's going to run, but the fact he's making a final decision tomorrow morning at scratching time means that, you know, I don't know whether I want to really step in at short odds, but without Kingman there, I mean, he's only got to run anywhere up to Thursday's performance, and he probably should win. Race 10, Group 1 Trotters free for all. Jillaby Ballerini, the hot favourite to bounce back from barrier 6. She'll look to push forward. I'm not sure the lead will be there with Muscle Mountain inside of her, but she does look the one to beat. Gus's win on Tuesday was no fluke, and even though he's not as well suited to a 1,980-metre sprint race, I still think he's got a massive chance, and I saw that he was $8 or $9, so that looks too big to me. Bet and Winner local in 3, Muscle Mountain 5, Oscar Bonavina 9, and quickly through the others, the 2 slot races, race 5, the $500,000 Ascent for the 3-year-old trotters. The Aussies is interest here with Tracy the Jet in 3, Gatesy's Jet 1. Over to race 11, the $500,000 Velocity, 3-year-old paces. The one Aussie is Fader Waits for Grant Dixon, drawn in 5. But the 2 locals are the big guns here, Marketplace 2 and Got the Chocolate 6. And then over to race 3, the Group 1 2-year-old Sires trotting final, and the Australian Kai Valley Ray is favourite to win that one from barrier 5. It is a better race day tomorrow all round than we had on Tuesday, and that's saying something.
That it is, yeah. Cannot wait for that. Now, closer to home, we've got some action at Wagga and also Melton that you want to touch on before we look at Albion Park, Adam?
Yep. So Luke McCarthy goes from winning the Cup Tuesday to trying to win the first leg of the New South Wales Carnival of Cups with Don Hugo. I'm sure that's why Kingman's not running tomorrow, because Luke can't be in 2 places at once. So he has got Don Hugo, of course, Miracle Mile, Tab Eureka, Inter Dominion winner. Beaten first up, but he'll be fitter for that. He's drawn out wide in this Bidgie over 2,800 metres at Wagga tomorrow night. Captain's Knock 11, Catch a Wave 10, Max Delight 12, Horn Player 14, Rip in 9 and Oliver Dan in 6. It is the best race ever run at Wagga in harness racing. They've been rewarded with a tremendous field there. And just quickly on Melton, on Saturday night, the free-for-all's a good one. Dangerous Draws 1, You Betcha Tiger Pie 3, and Old Bulletproof Boy in 9. There's also Vic Bred semi-finals on the night. I won't go through them all, but a lot of really, really good talent on display across those semis, and of course those finals then on Saturday week. And then Saturday night at Albion Park, their carnival gets underway, and the first of the open class races is race 4, the Be Good Johnny Sprint, where this very exciting horse for Chantel Turpin and Pete McMullen in the Janitor goes around from barrier 4 and really should just be winning there, guys. And then, of course, Gloucester Park tomorrow night. All the big guns in a dress rehearsal for the WA Pacing Cup, really.
Absolutely. Race number 5 on the night, the James Brennan Memorial. Adam, 265, Mr. Smarty. Minstrels at 280. Magnificent Storm at 420. We'll catch up with Ray Williams just after we leave you, Adam, as well. And Never Ending at $8. Intriguing race, but gee whiz, Minstrel couldn't have done too much more last time in.
No, and we're just wondering a little bit where Mr. Smarty's at. You know, he just hasn't come back with the sort of oomph we thought he might have had after winning the big double back in April, May. So this is a really important race for him. But on what I saw first up from Minstrel, I'd prefer to be on him from the draws. And Magnificent Storm is obviously back in career best form, and really good to see a much better performance from Never Ending as well at his most recent run. So there's been no more defining WA Cup lead-up race than this one on Friday night. It'll be tomorrow night. It'll be a absolutely tremendous race. I'll leave you with my best bets. Get in early at Melton Saturday night. Race 1, number 1, Dangerous. Finally draws a barrier. He's going to take a lot of beating from the pole. Another pole marker in the next race. Race 2, number 1, New Shuffle. This is a tremendous race, but this horse's last performance was enormous and finally gets a draw. Melton Saturday night, race 1, number 1, Dangerous. Race 2, number 1, New Shuffle.
All right, Adam. Well, this is the last time we will speak to you in this segment on TAB Radio. We cannot thank you enough for your contribution, your wisdom, your humour, your knowledge of all things harness racing is unsurpassed, mate, and we are very, very happy to have been a part of the journey with you, and we thank you very much for your contribution.
No, good on you, Diggers and Taylor, and to all of those who came before you, Timmy, Gareth, so many others along the way. It's been part of life on Thursday mornings chatting with you guys, and I'm going to miss it. But thanks for all the passion and great work you guys have done along the way in so many capacities. So all the best for the future, and let's hope that whatever follows can be somewhere near as good as what's come before it, guys.
Thank you very much, Adam. Very kind words. I'm sure we'll stay in touch.
Thanks, fellas.
There's Adam Hamilton on the Sports Daily taking a look at what we can expect over the weekend for harness racing. We've just touched on that James Brennan Memorial, the Group 2, with the lead up to the WA Pacing Cup. Magnificent Storm. It's won 3 on the bounce. Draws gate number 10, 8 into Campo in the sulky. And trainer Ray Williams joins us on the Sports Daily now. Ray, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Taylor. How are you, mate?
I'm going very well. How are you?
Yeah, pretty well, mate. Yeah, beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah, they all are, aren't they? Most of them.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning at my age is a great day, mate. Yeah.
As long as you're vertical, Ray, that's the most important thing. Good morning.
It might be a little bit crooked on the vertical, but I'm still up to a couple of days.
You're putting one foot after the other. How is Magnificent Storm ahead of this terrific race tomorrow night?
No, really happy with him this time. He had a couple of weeks break since the last win, like before last week, and he come back out of the paddock really nice and worked up good, and I was really happy with him. His run last Friday was super, and even Aidan said he felt really good, so that was a good move in the right direction. We're just got to keep him going that way now, but real happy with the horse.
Yep, absolutely. You found the top and controlled that race, Ray. It probably looks a little bit different from that draw there tomorrow night. Yeah,
it's always harder back in the field. You just need a bit of luck in running, don't you? When you draw, it's a good draw, but it's just going to be awkward. I don't worry about that. I leave it to Aidan, So Aidan asks me how the horse is. I tell him how the horse is, and I don't ever tell him how to drive it. He knows the horse pretty good. So yeah, all good. Was just you do need luck from that draw, but the horse makes his own sometimes, so we'll see what happens.
Is this his best distance, Ray?
25, yeah, love it.
Yeah.
The longer he goes, the better for me. So 25 is really good for him. He's a fit horse. I'll take 25 any day.
Has there been any change with him this time in, as opposed to maybe 12 months ago, in terms of his soundness or anything like that? Why is he going so well?
Well, his soundness is really good. We gave him a lot of time off when he had that infection, and I think that was a good thing. And, you always say sometimes you take the old negatives, turn them into positives, and probably the time off hasn't done him any harm anyway. And but he's come back I think he's come back better looking this time in his coat. And there's no doubt there's never been any doubt about the way he races, but he's no different. If anything, I reckon he's improved a little bit, so we can just hope, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely we can, Ray. And you talk about him improving. Has he got more improvement to come post tomorrow night ahead of what promises to be a wonderful pacing cup?
Oh, I think the run last week naturally would have put a bit on him, Digby, because he hadn't had a run for 6 weeks before last week, so... his work's been really good this week. Really haven't backed off that much. He just does his normal thing over here. He kind of knows what to do, and really happy with him. So there's no excuses from my department, and I reckon he should be better for the run.
What's the plan to get to the Pacing Cup?
He'll go in this race on Friday, and then he'll probably won't go till the Stratton a couple of weeks away, and then hopefully straight to the Pacing Cup then. So he'll only have another couple of runs before the Pacing Cup.
Okay, now...
Unless anything happens and I need to step him up. There's room to step in between, but I hope I don't have to.
Fair enough. What about the prospects of Star Casino earlier in the evening, half hour before we see Magnificent Storm go around?
Yeah, it's hard for the Star at the moment because he's up into that class now, but I think he's racing in the best that he ever has, and the problem is that we can't find races for him, so I've had to put him in stands, and he ran a really good race in the Pinjarra, and he won one in a couple of places, but I put him in one last week at Gloucester Park, and they just never eased up on the pace, and he couldn't get into the race, but he still ran a really good sixth, so he hasn't drawn the best tomorrow night, but I'm really happy with the horse, so we just got to find the right race for him, and I'm sure he's going to win another one.
All right, beautiful. So you outlined what you thought of that last start effort, but you're going to the races pretty confident Magnificent Storm can win?
I am, mate. As confident as you can be, but you never know, do you? So, but I'm happy with the horse, so that's all we can do, and I'm happy with the driver. So we just we take it as it comes.
All right, you're happy with the driver. That makes one person in this world happy with Aidan de Campo. Ray, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, I hope he's not listening. I don't want to give him a big head.
Too late, Ray. Far too late for that. Good morning, Aidan. Go well tomorrow night here at GP, Ray. Great to chat.
Good, boys. Thanks for talking, hey? Talk to you later.
Absolutely. There's Ray Williams with Magnificent Storm in on Friday night, race 5. Just recap that market. Mr. Smarty at $2.65, Minstrel at $2.80, Magnificent Storm at $4.20, Never Ending at $8, Golden Load at $19, $23, and up the remainder headed by Better Eclipse.
Okay, so Mr. Smarty, the $2.65 favourite. Good race. As you'd expect, Group 2, 100,000. Excellent race.
Yep, absolutely. Star Casino goes around at $34 in the race prior. Race number 4, Just Call Me Mickey, at $2.15 is the favourite, and that was awfully unlucky last time in the race behind Wave Rider last Friday.
Very unlucky. Very unlucky.
All right, Retrovision text line. As you can imagine, littered with messages around what's going to happen on Monday, but also Digby. Who's this from? No name. What did you think of River Angels' run yesterday at Belmont? Race 6, won by Marley's Song.
Yeah, nice run. I think Marley's Song's progressive. We touched on that a little bit earlier. Maiden to Class 3. I think 9 Ball's a handy enough animal, and I thought River Angel was solid in behind them.
Rick from Rossmoyne. No more tipping competitions, no Sunday savies, no giveaways to football races and the like, no more cartons collected from Digby, and most importantly, no listening to TC talking about Collingwood and Chowolf. Cheers, Rick from Rossmoor.
Good on you, Rick.
I don't talk about Chowolf that often, do I?
Oh, you love that horse.
Do I? Oh. Should have backed him on the weekend.
Well, he got his conditions, didn't he? He loves being able to get his toe in. What's he now? 3 full-time Group 1 winner?
4?
2 King Charles.
Yeah.
That one on
the weekend.
Yeah, he might have won another one along the way. I think he's won in excess, because those King Charles are so wealthy race. I think he's won in excess of 11 million, Chow Wolf.
11 million? Holy smokes.
I better, now I've said that. I thought it.
We're just throwing a figure out there.
Yeah, well, it's that sort of day, isn't it? That sort of week. Now I'm going to have a look.
Well, racing in Sydney, you can understand it, but that, gee whiz, 11 million.
Maybe not.
Was it 1.1?
Chow Wolf, has won 7 races, 25 starts, 10,936,000.
Gee whiz.
So, and he's a 5-year-old. Like, So you win the King Charles, he's won, 3 million for winning that, and he's won 1.8 on the weekend. So in the space of 3 weeks, he's picked up $4.8 million, that horse.
Must be nice.
It's good money, isn't it? Really good money. So well done to Joe Pride. He's looking to build some more stables out there at Warwick Farm as well. Joe Pride.
The best horse he's ever trained.
Yeah. He's trained some good sprinters, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Some really good sprinters.
Chera Vista?
Yeah, he was a super one, wasn't he? He was a super one. So, anyway, Chow Wolf, there you go.
Morning, boys. With no in-depth previews for Perth racing on the new network, is there a chance for a preview show on Racing WA TV? Unfortunately, to the listeners, all those sort of questions are out of our hands. I'd like to be able to answer it for you, but I'm not too sure. I'm sure there would be a chance. Whether or not that's in the planning, I'm unable to give you anything there. Look, appreciate all the messages that are coming through. Who's this Sparksy? Well done to all that have been a part of Tab Radio from when Wes and Marty were in charge to more recent times of Diggers and Tim, and so many that just love the racing, pacing and chasing game. Shorty, Matt Young, Peter O'Neill, Richie to name, but a few, and yourself, TC, their contribution outside of normal hours and passion you've all had has always been on display. It unfortunately can't be matched. Would love to be proven wrong, but we can only hope that it can get somewhere close. Looking forward to a massive Saturday and have a 3-leg multi, says Sparksy.
Oh.
Jokers,
yes.
Luana.
Yes.
And Bonjoy to place.
Bonjoy to place in the Peters.
That's at $6.27.
She's going okay, Bonjoy.
Going really well, I think.
Yeah, going okay.
It's a funky race. We'll talk about that later.
Was it the last race last year?
Oh, you're testing my memory now.
I thought that just struck me. I'm going to have a look because Mojo won it, didn't he, last year? Mojo Rhythm?
I think so, yes.
Won the race. When I saw it yesterday and it was the last race, I thought that's strange.
Those horses are backing up. Does it matter if you get 2 extra hours? Is that significant?
Oh, I don't know.
Can't hurt, I suppose.
Where am I looking here? The Peters last year, it was race 7. And on Saturday, it's race 10. I would have thought you'd try to get it away race 5 or 6 and give that horse who does win their way under a railway a little bit of extra hour or 2, but probably doesn't matter, does it? If Cosmic Crusader goes there and wins, I don't think that's going to...
Good problem to have, I suppose.
Yeah, very much so, yep.
All right, out of the road, Simon Miller not too far away, along with Shayne Williams.
Make Tab Radio your station of choice each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
On the Sports Daily, the Shayne train's coming into the station. Here's Shayne Williams with his winners for tonight's WA Greyhound Racing.
Good morning to you, Shayne.
Good morning, boys. How are we today?
We're not bad. How are you?
Only one last time tomorrow to get to hear that train go tomorrow, boys.
How does it go, Shayne?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I can't do it. Yeah,
That's a
something
sick
like that.
train. That is a sick train.
How was your
Well,
Wednesday?
there's a problem here. I've run out of hay fever tablets, so so there's a bit of a problem. Wednesday, well, Diggs, I was just telling Soph off air, I've kept the keyboard warriors at bay for a little while now. But,
they're
they
coming
were out
back.
and about last night. Yeah, they were out and about last night, Diggs. I managed to get a $1.10 favourite beat last night, one of mine.
That'll do it.
And your dog knocked us off, cake in tummy.
Yeah.
So they were out and about. It's quite humorous they were.
So what's the normal messaging look like when you get $1.10? You are a what?
You are a complete spastic and stuff like that, and
right.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I can't really read them out on live radio, but you can get the gist of it. Yeah, but a lot of swear words in there and stuff like that. And
people should just it's funny, and you're not alone, Shane. I know I speak to a few trainers that they often remark after one of thoroughbred trainers, if one of their horses gets beaten, they get emails and people just blowing up Deluxe.
Jockeys cop it bad.
I was going to say, jockeys are the worst.
Yeah,
jockeys are the worst.
Just
some of the things they say to them, they're starving to ride the horses and things don't go right, and then they've get nasty messages. So hello to all the jockeys out there.
Yeah, and I think when you see some of that overhead footage of horses in a run, you understand you're not driving a car. You know, their horse, they bounce off each other, they rip, they tear, they get on heels. It's a bloody hard job what jockeys have to try and nail every time they go out there.
If you're having a bet not losers and you feel the need to lash out at someone, well, it's probably not the right thing for you. But
maybe
having a bet.
Maybe you're going, what is it? Is it Gamblers?
Go forth and multiply.
Yeah, Gamblers Anonymous or something. Reach out, helpline.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no. That's all right. I take it like a grain of salt. Some of them are quite funny. I never reply back to them. Just have a quick look and move on to next week.
Send them a thumbs up.
Yeah, have a So listen here, Buffett. Righto, let's go tonight. Any shorties that you can beat?
No, Mandra tonight, boys. Race 5, number 7 will kick us off. Brave Annie. Nice young pup going through the grades very quickly. Winner 2 of last 3. Does have a nice PB of 22.33, which is far superior than most of her rivals here. I thought she would kick us off with a win here tonight. Race 5, number 7.
What was the name of the dog?
Brave Annie, if I got the wrong race.
You got the wrong race.
You've got the wrong race. This is why people email you.
This is, I'm going to send you a message now.
What race? 6, is it?
Hold on.
Hang on, what have I done here?
No, race 5, number 7, Brave Annie is correct.
Sorry, $2.60. I might have been on the wrong day.
Thanks, TC. Thanks for giving me a round up there.
Just got to keep you on your toes late.
Yeah, that's it. Race 7, number 7 is the second playboy, Aston Maddox. He's resuming from a 3-month break. Quite like the map for him tonight. 6 will cut to the fence and the 8 will hang out there wide. And I thought at double figure odds you could do a lot worse than have an each way play on this fellow. Cody Charles is in good form.
Yep.
I think I've seen around about $11. So great chance each way at a price 7-7.
All right, and your final play, please.
Yeah, 12-1, Caribbean Cool for young Jessie Earnshaw. She's racing really well of late, winning 2 of last 3, including a 17.31 3-back. Does really look well placed in this lineup, sitting up in the cherry, and Jesse's on fire, his kennel, so I think he can keep that going here. 12-1, Caribbean Cool to finish us off.
All right, so Aston Maddox is an each-way quote. What are we doing as the best?
I think we'll make Jesse the best. 12-1, Caribbean Cool. He's doing a good job. There's a little story on him yesterday in the Grand Record. If you missed it, it's a good read there. Obviously juggling, training and calling and working at Tab Radio, so he's doing a fine young job, Jesse.
Absolutely. All right, $2.60 with Tab Touch, race 12, number 1, Caribbean Cool as well. So we'll do it all again tomorrow for one final time, Shayne.
Yeah, one last time tomorrow, boys. And I was just thinking, I've taken this show everywhere, haven't I? All around Australia, around the world. We've chatted in Ireland and Bali and
out of the scrap heap.
Qatar and everywhere. So we can say we've taken it global, boys. To be quite honest,
well, you have.
It's been a bit of fun. And we'll talk tomorrow and say our last.
Goodbyes.
Yeah, goodbyes.
No, it'll be good. We'll have a chat tomorrow, mate. Best of luck tonight at Mandurah.
Thanks, boys. Chat then.
All right, there's Shayne Williams. So if you missed those or didn't write them down, 5-7, 7-7, 12-1.
And 12-1 has an asterisk alongside it.
TJ's text in, the idiots don't have to bet on the tips. If you have a bet, you have to expect to lose.
Well, yeah, and you don't bet what you can't afford to lose. I think we've all been told that as kids growing up. So if you want to have an investment, have an investment, but don't let it just drive you to the point where you need to, or you feel the need to have to get on a phone or laptop and fire off an email or messages. It's very unbecoming. Would that be
obviously
fair?
people that don't know the game very well, because things happen when you have a gamble on a dog. Something can happen if you back a horse that's drawn gate 1 and doesn't get a run. Sometimes it happens.
No, we're not. You're not punting on robots, are we? So
no. I'll probably give it a couple of years. We will be.
Yeah, true.
Someone will invent something like that.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, hopefully they can just have a bit of a chill pill and relax.
All right, we'll chat to Simon Miller very, very shortly. We spoke a little bit about the fixtures around the AFL. Found something a little bit interesting with the NRL as well, Diggers.
Yes.
They released the Magic Round. Of course, all games are played at Suncorp up there in Queensland.
Yep.
The Raiders have the bye.
Yes. You're a little bit bemused by that.
They finished on top of the table, did they not?
They did.
You would have thought. And they make it out to be their sort of showpiece weekend, don't they, during the regular season?
It is, Magic Round, yeah.
How do you not have the team that finished on top of the table the year before earn the right to play in that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I'm not sure the logistics of that draw and how it's all played out, but no, I don't know. I don't know why they would have been... from where we sit, it appears to be a snub.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And it's not that they're not in Vegas or...
No,
which is another international showpiece of the sport, and they've finished on top.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. Now, we know they went out in straight sets, but still, they had an outstanding home and away campaign under Ricky Stewart, so you would have thought they would have been there. I agree with that. Yeah, don't know.
Anyway, so that Magic Round, the Sharks play the Bulldogs. The Rabbitohs play the Dolphins on the Friday. The Saturday games, the Tigers, Sea Eagles, Roosters, Cowboys, Eels and Storm.
Yes.
I think that Eels and Storm kick off the season. Did I say that?
Not sure. Don't know.
And then the Sunday games, Titans, Knights, Warriors, Broncos, Panthers, Dragons.
Right. Looking forward to that. When is that? March 1? Is that when the
season kicks off?
Season kicks off March 1 our time. I think it is in Vegas, so it'll be that Sunday morning our time. And then we filter through into the rest of the round, sort of March 4, 5, something like that, I think. So, yeah, not far away now.
Absolutely, that's the NRL. All right, looking forward towards Ascot Saturday. A man with a couple of representations in a couple of feature races, Simon Miller, trainer, joins us on the line. Simon, a very good morning to you.
Morning, Taylor. Morning, Digby. Last time on radio, so I'm going to cut loose. But it's not like you can't put me back on. So I'm going to give a few sprays, and I've got a list of people who I don't like, so I'll read them out throughout the interview. And my number one seed to the bottom, might even give my non-payers a shout out as well. There's a few people a bit nervous right now.
We've got 16 minutes. Go your hardest.
Just going to go grab a drink of water, Simon. I'll leave you on air.
Right, I'm coming from a long run up, so we'll have a bit of fun.
All right. Hey, Twisted Steel, what are you doing from that barrier in the Placid Arc Stakes on Saturday?
Yeah. Righto, next question.
What a hammer blow that is. I thought we were
going to have fun. You've just sucked the life out of me.
Well, we get the worst out of the way first.
Okay, well, so what do we do from there? I'm hoping that there's enough speed that I can slot into a 3-wide train.
Yep.
And if not, I'll probably just keep drifting back. Now, that's my plan, but Twisted Steel might have his own plan.
Yeah.
So, so we're in trouble from that draw. Unfortunately, he's the wrong horse. Like, if it was Don't Declare, I could manoeuvre him in the spots. But this bloke, he's got a mind of his own. So, it's just a shame. He's working well. He's ready to go. But he's just in a world of pain. So, good luck.
All right. His manners haven't really changed throughout the campaign with a little bit of racing?
No, we call him Digby at the stable. So,
Right,
they're very similar.
What's he, unemployed?
It's too soon, Digby. You still got tomorrow?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Saturday morning. So that's Twisted Steel. So, but you must have been heartened by the performance last start, though. That would suggest he was getting closer to the level you wanted him to be.
Yeah, very true. I was, and he just got held up at a crucial time when he needed to build momentum. So I thought he finished off really good, but more so he's only ever raced over 1,000. So he was strong at the back end of 1,100. But we're all running for second. To be fair, that horse of Trevor's, it's a bloody nice filly. So Luana Miss. So she's the one to beat. And if we can get a bit of luck in running, and we'll see what happens.
After the barrier draw, is it possible Don't Declare might be your best chance in the race? Because I'm not sure.
100%.
Not sure we've seen the
100%.
best of him. He hasn't had much luck.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he got out with 25 metres to go at Northam, and then Lucy came back in the other day. She said, well, at least we got out with 50 metres to go this time. So, he's a really nice horse. He'll be in the perfect position midfield. And from that draw, you'd like to think we'll be afforded clear air this time, and we'll see what transpires. But yeah, I'd say he's our best, because the other one's just got a bit of a mind of his own. So yeah, you could play him.
We haven't seen him actually be opened up yet, Simon, this bloke, because through no fault of Lucy's just had no luck on him. What's under the hood at home?
Oh, he's got a great engine, so I've just walked in the house just from down the street. Coffees, everyone. There you go. So I can do whatever I like on your show right now.
Yes.
There's your baby Chino. There you go, Chook. Anyhow, I'll step back outside. But yeah, he's a really nice horse. I worked him on Tuesday with Smooth Mover. And he held his own against him. So,
yep.
But yeah, he's. To be honest, I didn't think we'd get in, and we got in. So it's exciting to see what he can do.
All right, the champion fillies, the race before, you've got 3 Barry Blast, Fine Star and Admire Astra. Is Fine Star the best of those 3 chances?
Yeah, but she's drawn horrendous. Good luck there as well. But the only thing in your favour with her is that CJP's airborne, and he's riding ours. Given all ours 12 out of 10. So I'll just leave it to him, and he can weave his magic and see where we end up or what we do there. Berry Blast, she's drawn a gate, which she needs to, but I thought she was really good the other day. Strong through the line. She'll get the trip. So we'll just see. She's got to elevate, no doubt, but she can. And then Admire Astra needed a gate, drawn the river, maybe just follow Fine Star everywhere, I suppose. But yeah, the barriers just haven't been too good to me, have they?
No, they haven't. And talking of barriers, Brave Strike came up with a lemon in the 66,000 metre. And Brave Strike is one of 4 you've got in here. You've got Rocking Gem, Prospector's Pick, Valsacina, and, as we said, Brave Strike.
Yeah, well, good luck, Steve Parnham, on Brave Strike. Do your best.
Yes.
She's fighting for survival, so if she puts in a doozy here, she'll be online. Valsacina's fighting for survival.
Yep.
And Rocking Gem's going really good now. Her form's really good. And you look, she trolled awful in winter, raced awful at her only run, got her back on top of the ground, and she went bang on Monday. I don't think the backup will be of any concern for her, because she's quite an aggressive mare, so that'll be fine. Drawing a gate, so look for her to bring that last prep form when she went on a winning streak. And Prospector's Pick, he's flying. I've been really happy with him. His trial was a bit upside down. He was just a bit too fresh, but after that trial, it knocked the nervous energy out of him, and he's settled and controlled at home, and he's drawn a gate where we can just smother him up straight away. So look for him to be, he's a really good horse, but he just needs things to go his way, and it just looks like on Saturday he'll be afforded that luxury.
Is he the one in that race from your team to play?
I think so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're getting a lot of messages on the Retrovision text line, Simon, asking.
They want to know who I dislike?
No.
Hey, we know already.
I think we've got a rough idea. West Star, where are you at with him?
I went and saw him last Thursday. He looked awful in the coat, so I left him in the paddock and wiped out the winter bottom. And after the school drop-off this morning, I'll jump in the car and go down and have another look, and then I'll continue on and do my spellers. But if he doesn't look any good today, I'll wipe the carnival out.
Do you have a reason why he hasn't shifted his coat?
No, I got no idea. So, no idea. So, the vets, everyone have been trying to figure out what's going on, but he just won't move it. So there's something clearly not right. So I dare say I'll know my fate today. So fingers crossed. But I mean, I saw him a week ago and I hadn't moved it. So the chances of him moving it in a week are probably pretty remote. But like most trainers, are all optimistic.
Yes. How optimistic are you about the chances of Mardusa going forward?
He's fine. Going super. Didn't get much luck the other day. Sort of sprayed off on the turn, and he's going super. He'll get a mile. He worked along this morning. He was good. So looking forward to him. But once again, like it'll be a slick race there. It's just you look at the champion fillies, the Placid Arc and the Guineas. See, there's some bloody good 3-year-olds around this year. So you got to bring your A game, get your tactics right, and hope you get a bit of luck in running and see where you end up. But there's some beauties going around. So he's going good, but I like him. He's a nice horse.
All right, I agree. All right, well,
hey? I reckon I'm training. I reckon I'm training well, just not getting a bit of the rub of the green, in the big ones. But we'll be there. It's like how I just gave myself a bit of a plug.
Yeah, no. Look, no. Do you want to pat yourself on the back a bit more? Or yeah.
happy to push my own wheelbarrow.
Yeah, well, better you than someone else.
What about school drop-offs? You good at that as well?
Well, mate, they're unreal. They're good fun. So we get the beats going, K-pop demons, and I'm a Swiftie now. So we get all that going. Well, yeah, you hear enough of it, you end up getting into it. So yeah, we rock the beats going to school.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm a Swiftie. Yeah, look, I don't mind the odd boy band as well, but I'll let you all know that when I do my pod. I'm starting up a podcast as well. If you want to come on board as a guest, you too. I'm sure you haven't got much to do, so I can get you on.
Got some spare time on our hands.
Is that too soon?
No, it's not. Nothing too soon. Nothing's too soon.
And I'm just going to start with my non-pays. I'll just give them a little plug, right?
We'll let you go before you lose your trainer's licence.
In all seriousness, thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed coming on the show. It has been good fun, and I wish everyone at the radio station, whatever they venture into next, or I hope it's a fruitful and successful career because there's some brilliant people there. So all the best.
All right, thank you very much. I'll give you a call on Monday, see if you need a new stable hand. So just expect that.
Yeah, no, I've already got you two down for Monday.
Beautiful.
I've got the high-vis vest ready to go. So, you'll be sweet.
See you at trials.
Hey, good night. I don't do Larkhill.
All right. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's Simon Miller. Awfully entertaining. Probably at his entertaining best there this morning. He's up and about.
He's up and about.
So, interesting one in the Placid Arc there. Twisted Still, Don't Declare.
You wouldn't fall over if Don't Declare around top 4.
No, absolutely not.
You would not fall over. And that's probably for where he's going to settle in the run. That's probably the perfect gate.
Well, at least we might be able to get to see him tested.
Well, exactly. And that's the thing. We're not having a go at Lucy. She's just had no luck on him. The gaps haven't appeared, so it's not her fault. That's racing. But I think we've been waiting to see what's there, and clearly that Simon reiterated there's an engine there, so we just need to see it opened up. And if that's the case, well, game on. But certainly the two fillies look like they're the testing material, Luana Miss and also Snitzelato.
Yeah, look awfully hard to beat there in the Placid Arc, especially some of the numbers that were reeled off by Luana Miss last time. Absolutely outstanding. We'll head to a quick break here on the Sports Daily. Come back after this.
Make Tab Radio your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
Welcome back to the Sports Daily. Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham with you, approaching 7 o'clock very quickly. News yesterday as well, Diggers, in the world of racing. Jamie Mallum, 30-meeting suspension after what happened on Cup Day with Blake Shin, who fell off and obviously broke his leg, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly right. And that seems to be the stock standard, doesn't it? 30 days when you cause the fall of a fellow jockey. So she was always staring down the barrel of a stretch, and that's what she got.
I believe there were some negotiations where she was very close to coming to Perth for next weekend, but unfortunately that's clearly can't happen now.
So how many East Coast jockeys will be here then next week? Mark Zahra?
Next week?
Oh, sorry. Well, Winterbottom, I was probably thinking Winterbottom more so, because you're going to have a strong East Coast contingent in that Winterbottom, aren't you? And you'd think you'd bring your regular
so
jockeys.
Josh Parr's coming.
Yeah, overpass.
So Mark Zahra would come for Giga Kick.
He will
Is that
be
what
here.
you're saying?
Yes, he will be here.
Benedetta, maybe an Ethan Brown, or who rode on the weekend?
That's a very good question. I thought Jamie might have been on. I'll just need to check that.
Libertad's coming for Annabelle and Rob Archibald, so I'm not too sure if they'd bring their own. They obviously used CJP when they were here last time.
Yeah, Jamie Mellum did ride Benedetta. Yeah, I thought so. So she rode Benedetta, but yeah, you'd think maybe Ethan would come, given it's Kieran Maher.
Would CJP have a ride in the Winterbottom at this stage?
CJP ride in the Winterbottom? It's a good question.
Not that I can see.
Well, he's riding Acromantula in the Colonel Reeves. I'm not sure Acromantula is going to go to a Winterbottom, so he might ride Libertad.
I'd imagine that would be their first port of call after what happened last year. Why wouldn't it be?
They've had success with Clint, haven't they, Annabelle and Rob?
Absolutely. So they've obviously got depth of character. They'd probably need to bring their own jockey over next week, I'd say.
Yeah, well, yes, that's right. No, they will. Yep, they would. Yep. So Clint will be riding either Diamond Scene or Cosmic Crusader, you would think. Yeah,
so what are we going to have, 4 or 5 for the Winterbottom?
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very good Winterbottom. It's, when you throw in Libertad's Libertad, he's not a superstar by any means, but at his most recent run in a really good Group 1, he's run 4th, beaten less than 2 lengths behind Giga Kick.
We'll chat Ascot features on the other side of this.
Make Tab Radio your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
Welcome back to the Sports Daily. We'll take a look at these features at Ascot very shortly, but Sophie's come up with a really good idea for the final day tomorrow, Diggs, post-show.
Okay.
We're going to go across the road and we're going to do that flying fox from the
you
bridge.
Can stick that right where the sun doesn't shine. Not from me.
You wouldn't do that?
No. From
the bridge to the...
No. No.
Heights, no.
No. Not for this little black duck. Nope.
What about Ferris wheels?
Not fans of those or rides where you spew out like to the left and right and up down. That's no fun.
Why'd you go on the Vomitron or whatever it was called a couple of weeks ago?
Whatever it was, down at Waroona. I'm not sure. I swore for 3.5 minutes non-stop. And it was along the lines of...
in there older than 14.
Yeah, and it was like... Just make it stop. Make it... I just kept saying the F word non-stop. No, not overly brave, mate.
Right, no flying fox.
No.
What about Walpole, the treetop walk? You do that?
I haven't been to... No, I haven't seen it.
Doesn't sound like you'd be overly enamoured with that.
No. Anyway, what I am enamoured about is day 1 of the Pinnacles. This is my favourite day.
You'll be watching from ground level?
Yes, I'm going to be there just on the lawn having a frothy.
Not up too high?
I don't want to go up to the members' deck. No, I'm just going to be sitting there with some shorts and a shirt and just having a few beers and walking around.
All right,
very low key.
If you're out there at Ascot, go and find Diggers and say good day, have a chat.
No, please don't.
Give it a week, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll go through these features in race book order, and that kicks off in race number 6, the Colonel Reeves. It's a Group 3 over the 1,100 metres, one of the key lead-ups, obviously, to the Winterbottom Stakes. Group 1 over 1,200 in a couple of weeks' time. $1.65 Joker's Grin at the moment. Oscar's Fortune at $4.20. Repossession at $9. Acromantula at $11. Spacewalk at $13. Cracking time at 21 heads the remainder. You've also got Hanchy, Oxbridge and Boots Like Bruce.
I'll ask you the question, TC. Is there a world where he gets beaten here? Would you be surprised?
I would be surprised.
You'd be surprised?
If he gets beaten.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sits back, comes around and hopefully sort of rounds them up in the straight.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Like we spoke about it in the Prince of Wales, we thought there was just going to be a little bit of tempo. I think there definitely will be tempo here. You've got Oxbridge, Oscar's Fortune, whether or not William Pike from Gate 1 wants to hand up that gate. I tend to think he probably wouldn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up lead us back from there. It makes it a little bit difficult for Oscars. I think he's best when he's out rolling, out in front. We've seen him at Ascot do that.
Do you think he would hold out Acromantula with the cups on fresh?
Not too sure.
Oxbridge is...
I need to see Acromantula probably back at the races, to be fair.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't think he's a winning.
No, but to cross, it's still important for the race, isn't it? Like the speed map wise.
Yeah. Oh, very. Yeah, very. It looks like there's good tempo. Now, they didn't probably go as hard as we thought on that Prince of Wales day. I think Desert Whisper ran a faster time than what they did in the Prince of Wales. So it didn't eventuate the way that we thought it would, but this race just looks like there's tempo here. Oxbridge is a fast horse. Acromantula Cup's on quick, we know. Oscar's Fortune, that was a wonderful return. So, look, for Joker's Grin and where he is going to settle in this race, I think that gate's actually a bit of a blessing, to be fair.
Yep.
Like Pat Carberry can just watch it all unfold in front of him and then he can stoke him up when he needs to. Now, I'm not... look, if he wins the race, all well and good. If he gets beaten, it's not the end of the world. I think he wins the race, and the market clearly thinks he wins the race. But if you understand what I'm saying,
Well, he's going to get better up to 1,200 metres, and he's going to get better because there's going to be a helter-skelter tempo and a winner bottom.
Correct.
All massive ticks for Joker's Grin going forward, but I think we both expect him to win. If the listeners out there are thinking about putting Jokers in a multi, I wouldn't talk you out of it. No.
Look, and we spoke to Pat yesterday, he said he's come back in excellent order. So that's a good sign, isn't it? He's taken great benefit from that first upwind.
Looking forward to seeing him back at the races. The Jungle Mist Classic, race number 7 on the program. 3.10 London's Image, $3.90 Yorga Pride, $7.50 Twain's Angel, $7.50 Taropa, $10 About Cessation, Dracana at $13, $18 and up the remainder. We've got Kalima, Objectify, Regal Statue, Earthstorm, Atlantic Spirit, Madame Magic, D'Amber.
So
engaged.
What am I missing here with Twain's?
What are you missing? Are you thinking $7.50 is a big price?
Well, I would have thought so. Like, she's the highest rated horse in this race. So, and you look at it and go, well, she's got 58.5. She's ran very well in the Golden Saddle, perhaps a shade disappointing, albeit behind Rope Them In the Crawford. Now she meets her own sex in a race which I thought sets up okay for her. Or am I misreading that? London's Image, I understand why London's Image, the price is. Like, Grant and Lana have done a really good job with her off the back of what Ryan did with her as a 3-year-old.
All the ratings and figures out of that Crawford are through the roof as well.
Yeah, and it's been backed up, hasn't it, with Super Swing?
Form's been awesome.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I just thought she's a big quote.
Yeah,
Twain's, personally.
Well, I had London's Image favourite and then Twain's Angel second favourite. I thought Yorga Pride was a bit of a knockout hope, and then the market came out in 3.9. I thought, gee whiz, that's...
Yeah, it's short, isn't it? That's the Pike tax, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Well, with all due respect, Smooth Chino's a nice horse, but beaten 2.5 lengths last time in a 66 plus by Smooth Chino.
Had to do a little bit of work in the run, though.
Yeah, it was good, good run.
Yeah,
but sort of the point I'm making, 66 plus, and then you're coming up against London's Image, who beat Home Super Smink last time, and then Twain's Angel 3 starts ago won at Joey.
Yeah.
Like the form lines are just completely different.
Exactly. No, spot on. So this is a good race. There's a few in here who, probably are going to be suited a little bit better over further. The 14 of the Jungle Dawn and then the 16 of a Starstruck. But all in all, the top end of this race is excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, absolutely. So London's Image from that draw go pretty close to leading, I would have thought. Cessation sits up in the first couple as well. probably you'd be hoping Twain's Angel, she's a class runner, you'd put her into the race pretty early, I'd imagine. And then the other chance in the race, Taropa, the gate hurts, probably has to go back. How far back? Not too sure, but under the big weight first up was very, very good.
Yeah,
so
agree.
Comes on from that effort, should be playing a part in this race. But I thought London's Image and Twain's Angel, if you play the both of them and work out which one you'd like to make a bigger winner than the other, that's the way to play it.
And we have seen this season at Ascot, much like we saw last year, the track is playing very fair.
Yep.
And that 3D blend-in line, it's not a bad spot to be. We saw Angel Undercover sort of fill that spot last Saturday, and I suspect Maddie Derrick aboard another Sean and Jake Casey trained horse in Twain's Angel can do the same.
3D with cover?
Yep.
All right. So Twain's on top?
Each way at this stage for me, yeah, I'm happy to entertain her at that quote.
Yep. I'd probably go the other way. I'd make London's Image a winner and then save Twain's Angel.
Yep.
Race number 8, Champion Fillies. $2.50 Talk & Co. Planet Sweet. Still that question mark around this horse. $3.80. Pure Excess at $6. Our Girl Can Run at $9.50. Moonwalk at $11. Riva Aquarama at $19. At bigger odds, Fine Star Masmello, Esther Mirando, Silent Diva, Barry Blast, Admire Astra, Kazana, Pony Up, Pure Silver, Philomena.
I still think, like you and I and another friend of ours are in a text message chat group, and you pinged through a message yesterday afternoon saying $2.70 Talk & Co. or $2.60.
$3 around the place.
Yeah, that's for mine. I think $2.50 is still a good price.
So
I honestly think it's a good price. If she ticks that mile box, which she looks like she will, and the fact that she gets back here to set weights. Now, I take the point that Pure Excess was desperately unlucky over the concluding stages of the Burgess Queen. But Talk & Co, I thought, did an excellent job under a big weight to get as close as she did to Planet Sweet.
Yep.
And Planet Sweet, we have this little nag, which we heard from Adam, who was very open and upfront and said, look, this filly's had a setback. She's had a stable paddock sort of mishap. So we'll accept and we'll make a decision later in the week like that. And he said she hasn't missed any work, but you don't want to be going into her grand final, a Group 3, last run of a campaign with any wrinkles.
No. And then on top of that, gate number 12 looks really sticky from there.
Yep, it does.
I'm not too sure what, like Lucy's going to have to get a little bit of luck, maybe 3 deep with cover. And then if that's the case, last time we saw Planet Sweet get the tactical advantage on Talk & Co, if that flips around as well as the weight swing, with Talk & Co getting a tactical advantage on Planet Sweet, it's going to be awfully hard for her to run over the top of Talk & Co, I would have thought.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Our Girl Can Run leads them up here.
I would think so, yes.
Yep.
As we spoke to Mitch and she got a little bit keen, the blinkers come off, hoping that she can get a stronger 1,600 metres, and she wasn't disgraced whatsoever. She was beaten a length and a half in the Burgess Queen and doing a few things wrong. So I suppose a question mark you just need to ask yourself, is she going to be better suited up to the 1,600 metres?
Yeah, that's the question. I Talk & Co can settle where Brad wants to settle her. She has good gate speed. We've seen that previously. When she's needed to be used up, she can. And as I said, she carried the 58 the other day, and I thought it was a terrific run. She gets, as we said, back to 56 here, so she gets a 2.5 kilo swing on Planet Sweet, who, as you said, TC's got a really tricky gate to navigate.
Yep. I thought the one maybe at bigger odds and Pike and Grant and Alana team up. I thought the work in the final 200 of Moonwalk was good.
Yes.
Shades go on, gate 1. It's going to get every possible chance, maybe 3 back the fence, and if you tag along Talk & Co, follow her everywhere you go.
Yep.
Might be able to tell you into a place.
Yep, don't disagree. I thought Talk & Co was nearly one of the best bets, if not the best bet on the day for me. Yep. I really do. I like her. I think she starts shorter than that. Now, we'll have to wait and see what Planet Sweet does, where we go with her, but even if Planet Sweet's in this race, I think Talk & Co starts shorter than $2.50.
Yep, she'll start closer to $2 than $2.50.
Yep.
Race number 9, speaking about $2, Luana Miss, hasn't the money been heavy here since the start of the week when this final field came out? So Fix Flux at $2.30. Once we're into the final field now, into $1.95, Luana Miss. Schnitzel Latte $3.70. It's double figures the remainder. Yes Queen at 13, Twisted Steel at 14, Sherpa Express at 17, Don't Wink at 20, and then Rostislav, Castle Road, Don't Declare, Country God, Swingman Do I Feel Lucky, Baby Pearl, Fiery Spark and Love's Talking, along with Hard Solo. I'm pretty confident we're going to get a genuine tempo.
I agree with that. 100%. And that is going to work in the favour of Luana Miss.
Oh, that turn of foot.
Turn of foot's exceptional. It is an exceptional turn of acceleration she possesses. We saw her desperately unlucky in the 3-year-old classic behind Talk and Co. And then the other day she just chimed in like she was actually starting the race at the corner in the Placid Oak Prelude over the 1,100 metres. And with the way that she is ridden, I'm not sure the 1,200 metres is going to be any issue at all. Now, it's the first time at this distance, but she'll just sit back, probably 1 by 2, something like that. May well even have the back of Schnitzelatte. And from there, Sean can track his main rival.
Yep.
Press the button and just watch her explode. The figures that she's produced the 2 runs this time in have been exceptional.
Yep. 1 by 2, you think she'll be that close?
Oh, I thought she could potentially... Depending on, well, she's 1 by 2 or 1 by 3. Like
I'm not sure it matters.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be there. Now, there will be a 3-deep line here. Big field, there will be. The pace, Castle Road, do I feel like he come across with him?
Yeah, Swingman, I think they're a little bit more aggressive from the softer gate.
Yep.
Baby Pearl can show some speed.
Yeah, they'll hum early.
And then, we've heard from Simon, Twisted Steel, you know, normally would be in that speed battle, but ideally he's not in that speed battle, but as Simon said, Twisted Steel sometimes go to the races with his own ideas.
Yeah, exactly. $1.95 now, as you said, Luana Miss. It's been a good go, this, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think there's...
Is there a blowout outside of these two who are only ones in the single figures, the fillies?
Yeah, don't declare,
yep. $26.
Just the X factor, we're not sure. We don't know.
We
don't know the ceiling for him, therefore that sort of,
I'll tell you...
$5.50 a place is a good price.
Yeah, I'll tell you another horse who is yet to trouble the scorers in 3 runs, but I think she's pretty good, is Don't Wink. Well, she ran 4th fresh in a Belgravia, beaten 3/4 of a length. Now, again, she carried 53.5 on that occasion. She has to carry 55 here, but she's had 3 starts. She ran 4th in a gym crack behind Talk and Co, beaten 2.5. Then she ran 5th in the set weights and penalties 2-year-old event behind Capitola, beaten 2.5. And first up, at $101, she's beaten 3/4 behind a horse who's the northerly favourite. Unbeaten. Might be a star. She's $20. I don't think she's the worst.
Yep. Some good horses at big odds behind Luana Miss, but she might just be a superstar.
Yeah, she could well be. I love those bivouacs.
I'm just going to let her sit and just marinate in that.
No, good luck to Trevor and all the boys who are in the ownership of this filly. She's a good one. She's a really, really good one.
Give me the over-under on this multi for Saturday for punters. Joker's Grin, Talk and Co, Luana Miss, Cosmic Crusader. How many of those are going to be placed?
Placed? Oh, what? From who? Just punters?
Yeah, the general public.
West Australian punters.
Is that going to be very popular, do you think?
Luana, Jokers,
Talk and Co,
Cosmic. Yeah, it's going to be extremely popular. What is it? What's the price there, roughly? You got Luana Miss at $195. You've got Cosmic Crusader at $160. You've got Talk and Co at $250. And you've got Jokers at... Where was Jokers?
Multi, $12. $12.80.
$12.80. Yeah, $12.87. So it's going to be that multi will be placed by multiple punters, no doubt.
So after what we saw first up, as we look to the Peters, race 10 on the program, Cosmic Crusader $1.60, Storyville $4.80, $7 Bonjoy, $8 Love and War. Bigger odds remain at $34 and up. Aztec Ruler, Zip Away, Multinational, Bruce Almighty, Demolish, Lavalier, and Cold Shizzle. So after what we saw last time, someone within the connections of Cosmic Crusader clearly didn't really want to go to the top. I'm not sure who it was, but something happened there that was a little bit unfortunate and probably cost him the race. What happens on Saturday with that in the back of your mind?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a really good question, TC.
So looking at the speed map, you just think he goes to the front. He did it at Belmont 2 starts. Now this is a better field, clearly.
Yeah,
but if he runs the ratings and figures that he did there, they're not beating him.
No. It's a really difficult one, isn't it? Because I think the intention the other day was for Clint perhaps to get some cover aboard Cosmic Crusader. We know that Bob likes his horses to be ridden that way if possible. And then he was a little bit slow to step. He gave him a dig and then he got on the bridle. And then he sat outside Love and War. And he sort of was half carting. He was,
just didn't want to be there.
No. Where's your other speed influence here? Is it Bruce?
Bruce and Multinational?
Bruce and Multinational. So if Multinational goes to the top, Brad will try to sort of... He doesn't drop anchor, but he sort of racks and stacks a bit. He sort of plays a bit of cat and mouse, Brad. He's very good at it. Potentially Bruce will items to his outside, and from there they sort of control the tempo of the race, the stablemates. And then it's a case of where Storyville gets to. I don't think she'll box seat. I think they're trying to get her to settle, and I think she's going okay. So she's probably 3 back the fence. I don't think Bonjoy would be that close. So it might be an opportunity for Clint, if he does not want to lead, is to perhaps have the back of a Multinational.
On the back of the leader. Then it gets a little bit scary and tricky.
It does. It does, but...
Especially if you sit and sprint and then the field doesn't open up.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Or do you just say, you know what, bugger it. I'm riding him like the best horse in this race. I will go to the top. I will dictate and I'll win the race. I will qualify for the Railway Stakes, and then we'll worry about the Railway Stakes and how we ride him in 7 days' time.
Well, I know what I would do, but I've never owned a Saturday winner.
What would you do?
Go to the top and win.
Go to the top and win. Ride him like the best horse.
Yep.
I don't disagree. And this is the thing, isn't it? It's intent. Does Clint show intent out of the gates and then say to everyone else, hey, I'm here? And they go, oh, okay, Clint's going to lead here, so we'll sit off him. Or do you sort of dig yours out of the lids and then you sort of have a look at Clint and see what he's doing? But sometimes you can bluff. Riders can bluff each other. But I'd like to see Clint just say, you know what, I'm on an odds-on pop here. I'm not leaving anything to chance. I am going to ride him like the best horse in the race.
Yeah, because there's ratings that he's run over his last handful of starts, Cosmic Crusader. A couple of them would, like he's going to start $1.30. And then the others are sort of just in and around the mark with these horses.
Yeah.
So he's sort of in that Via Sistina mode that we've spoken about with Jules all the way through. Like, the market just gravitates to this massive rating that she's been able to run. Can she get back to that level? That's what we're waiting to see with Cosmic Crusader. Can he get back to that sort of level to what we saw at Belmont?
I'm not sure what the bets were, or whether it was just the markets, just merging and the like. But like, he was even money, I reckon, on the morning of the Asian Bow, around that.
Just far off.
But he was $1.40. He went around $1.40 in a Group 3. Like, it's a massive go. And it was Australia-wide. It was an avalanche of money for this horse. And his SP profile says he's going to be really short again on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, look, he's personally, he's the best horse in the race. I think it would be foolish to ride him any other way.
Yep, I'm with you. All right, have your say, 0427 789 571. That's a look at the features there at Ascot. We've still got, what do we go through there? 5. We've still got 5 to get through as well today. Busy day.
Yeah, exactly right.
We'll hopefully find a couple of winners on the last hour of power tomorrow on the Sports Daily for day 1 of the Pinnacles. We'll head out to the roads. We'll come back. We'll chat with Jules Vallance and Nick Ashman. Try and find you a couple of winners for the weekend over on the East Coast.
Make Tab Radio your station of choice each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
Welcome back to the Sports Daily. Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham with you. So we've taken a look and hopefully found you a couple of winners at Ascot. Not that I don't think we're going to be standing out too much there with some of the horses we have on top.
No.
Going to be quite popular.
I think so. But that's okay.
Why are you standing next to me like that?
Well, I just stand next to you. I'm standing up. I'm not sitting down at the moment.
It's a bit weird.
Yes, that would be fair.
But great day. Best as a racing fan, WA Racing Day?
Well,
not your favourite, but the best days racing.
So what's better, Railway Day. Railway, Guineas. Is that what you're thinking?
Probably. Well, clearly the top end there is better than, well, I mean, we've got Cosmic Crusader.
Well, you've got Cosmic Crusader. As fate would have it, you've got your best sprinter and arguably your best sprinter miler.
Typically, overall, depth-wise, this is probably the best day for racing.
It's always been a good day, and even before the old Super Saturday as it was, this was always a great day. Champion fillies, Colonel Reeves. I think it's a terrific card. Now that you've got that, the Placid Arcs had the prize money thrown at it as well. It's $500,000. Still only a listed race, but potentially the winner of this could find themselves in a Winterbottom. It's a terrific card. Peter's the Last Chance Saloon for horses hoping to regain a start in the Group 1. Brilliant day. Looking forward to it.
Took a couple of years of rejigging and trying to work it out, but the Carnival now, I think it's
bang on.
Found its right spot. There's no sort of down day, so to speak. There's good races on every day.
Absolutely, there is.
All right, now Sydney have finished the spring, finally, but New South Wales continue it on. We're out to Newcastle in the Hunter. Nick Ashman joins us from thebeatenfavourite.com.au. Nick, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, boys. It's lovely weather here on the East Coast, so we're looking at a nice, I'd say, firm deck. Obviously, we've got to factor in irrigation, but it's nice to have a good day for the Hunter. Gee, they've done a good job, the Newcastle Jockey Club and Racing New South Wales. These sort of Hunter and the Gong, everyone went, oh, yeah. But they actually turned out, I think the Hunter's a pretty good race on Saturday. Lots of different form lines coming together. Bit of fun for a punter to do.
All right, so the Hunter is the feature there. We saw, was it Briasa last year win the Hunter?
Yeah, Briasa got the cash there. Good Gallop obviously went on some pretty big things after that.
Okay, is there a Briasa in this field?
Yeah, look, I don't know if there's a Briasa this year, but I'll tell you one horse that couldn't have done much more in its career thus far is number 16, Clear Thinking. I mean, the progeny of Sweet Idea, this horse produced the fastest last 1,000 metres of the day first up off 32 weeks on Everest Day. Now, the reason why I want to say on Everest Day and drag that into the conversation is the Everest wasn't a fast-run race, and Carrying Rising was in it. The best sprinters in the land was in that race. And this horse ran a faster last 1,000 metres than all of them. So I think Clear Thinking is well above average. I think it'll prove to be, at the very least, a Group 2 horse in time. I think it's only getting better. 5 from 7 overall. To do what Clear Thinking did first up off 32 weeks and was heavily back to do it as well, all the right indicators are there that this horse might just be a bit better than that grade. And if it is, and I think that double figures you can get, or $9 or $10, is a very good bet on Saturday. In the same race, Accredited, for my mates at Proven Thoroughbreds, didn't have the best of luck first up in terms of the conditions for the day. It was a soft 6 that day. He's a much better horse on top of the ground. He got beaten by his nemesis, Estadio Nastala. I think he maps better than Estadio. Estadio probably ends up 3 wide. Now, the tricky part for the map for Accredited is he's probably going to be buried away on the fence, and he's going to need to get a bit of luck at the right time. But if he gets it, he can sprout wins late as well. So, bit of a 2-bet play for me, possibly in the race. Clear Thinking and Accredited.
All right, Clear Thinking currently with Tab Touch at $10, Accredited at $7.50. Now, first up, the favourite Yorkshire. What are you thinking here? It hasn't missed the place from 8 career starts, won on 6 occasions. Is there a knock?
Look, not on the horse. I think he's a bloody good horse, and stable are going really well. John O'Shea, Tommy Charlton going great guns, exceeding market expectations from their last 100. The issue is that I think the main goal for him this summer campaign is to win the Villiers third up. He'll go to the Hunter, then he'll go to the Festival, and then to the Villiers third up. If he wins the Villiers, he then qualifies for the Doncaster in the autumn. He's adept in all conditions. He'll get into the Villiers, or the Ingham as they call it now, with a pretty light weight. What they don't want to do here is in a race where you've got Coal Crusher, Golden Mile, lots of pace, you don't want to be going forward from a wide gate and cooking yourself first up and then trying to get through the Festival Stakes unscathed and then peak for a third up run. What you want is a nice run here where he's hitting the line hard with a little bit up the sleeve. So I think John, being a meticulous planner and having a good record in the Villiers, going right back to grey and gold in the 90s. It's a race he's targeted with some good horses in the past. I think he'll be mindful of that. And I think what they'll do is they'll probably take their medicine and just park in midfield, maybe a touch worse off. And he's probably going to be in that 3 wide with cover, but he might even have to go back further. So ideally, he probably lands midfield, but he may have to go right back to get that cover that he needs. And I think that just diminishes his chances a bit. He's more than good enough to win this race with that weight. I want to make that clear.
Yep.
But I just think, knowing what he's got ahead, that they might end up 2 or 3 pairs further back than what's ideal for that horse. And then I just don't know if he's good enough to win from there.
Okay, now just before we get your other thoughts on the day and a couple of suggested bets, Nick, the Newcastle track, if we do get a good 4, what are we expecting it to play like?
So our information is saying little penalty lane 1, but not a massive one. It's not a rail-off day, but there's a little penalty for lane 1. Lane 2 should be better and almost the A ground, but basically lane 3 onwards is where, you know, it's all pretty even from there out. Okay. That's your best ground. So just those first couple of lanes, just a small penalty. So that doesn't mean a horse can't win from the inside, but it means it's a small penalty. And so what happens when we get this report for Newcastle guys is we find the bulk of the winners are in sort of lanes 3 to 9. You don't really want to be coming much wider because there's just no advantage being out there. It's not like Randwick Rail True when it's on a big wet day where you want to get right away from it. It's not like that. It's just a little bit more through the middle.
All right. What about some other bets on the 10-race program?
2 other bets I reckon you can have. Race 7, Green Spaces for Bjorn Baker. He loves training winners for this Blue Army, Bjorn. We saw him nearly pinch that Champions Mile down there in Melbourne last week with Pericles. This horse for the first time, went beyond 1,300 metres last start at Wyong. That was a slowly run race, so he's entitled to hit the line, but he dashed and showed, I think he ran the second fastest last 200 metres of the day. On my stuff, it was a career peak rating because I gave him a bonus for the slow tempo. And for him to do that at his first go beyond 1,300 metres suggests that maybe this is his niche, sort of around that mile mark. He's in the Spring Stakes, which is a race that good horses have won in the past, and it's a race that Godolphin have tackled notoriously over the years with some of their better 3-year-olds. So I think he's one you can have something on. And then in the second last, the penultimate, as we say in racing media, it's just overdone that word, I reckon. Number 10, we do love a little term here and there. Number 10, God's Window. He went down to the Bendigo Cup. I think he started about $4 or $5. He was pretty well backed in the Bendigo Cup. I reckon the Bendigo Cup's a slightly better race than this Beaufort, with all due respect. He was going enormous up here in Sydney. I don't know what happened in Bendigo because he just wanted to over-race and he wasn't doing that in Sydney too much. Oh, I hadn't noticed it, but he just sort of got a bit keen. Going past the post the first time, you could see they were really struggling to hold him. And then he just blew up, which you can't do over 2,400 metres. So Waller's taken the winkers off him. I think he gets a more truly run race here. You've got to remember they went 11 lengths below standard through the first section of that Bendigo Cup. So he had the winkers on, he fired up, nothing went right. Winkers come off, more genuine tempo, and you're getting double figures about in Cameron McAvoy in the saddle. That'll be doing me to close out the day.
Beautiful. So race 8 in the Hunter, we're having a 2-bet play. Clear Thinking at $10 and accredited at $7.50. Race 7, number 3, Green Spaces at $5. And race 9, number 10, God's Window at $9. Nick, thank you very much for your time. You've been a great addition. Unfortunately, we won't get to catch up on air anymore, but appreciate all your insights throughout the spring and continued success. Thank you very much.
And boys, congratulations. You've done a really good job with your show. Sorry to see it go, and all the best with your future. It's been a pleasure being on the show with you.
Well said. Thanks so much, Nick.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
There's Nick Ashman. He's been outstanding throughout.
He's been terrific, yeah. Really good.
Would have been just a little bit better if Shangri-La Boy had stuck the nose out.
Oh, yes. But he's threw out a lot of winners for our listeners.
Yes, he has.
And it's great IQ as well in terms of, lanes and patterns and everything. It's not fingernail deep analysis. It's very, very deep. They do a terrific job.
Exactly right. And even if you're listening and you don't agree with the tips, just maybe take note of how these professional punters or punters that punt all the time, how they find these winners. And then you can adopt that and maybe do it yourself.
Yep, exactly right.
Maybe not professionally. I don't know if I'd have the temperament for that, but you can use their IQ. Jules Vallance, not too far away. We might take our break now and then we'll catch up with Jules on the other side.
Wait Tab Radio, your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
All right, Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham with you. Jules Vallance, he might just be caught up, but we do have time after 8:30, so if he's able to do that, we might catch up with him then, because certainly worth taking a look at that CF4. We spoke about it a little bit earlier, that it is a small field, but littered with stars.
One of the better horses in the country would be hard to beat in that, wouldn't he?
One of the better horses in the country.
Yeah.
Which one?
Jimmy?
Yeah, I like to think the horse
Angel,
on the second line of betting fits
Angel
that category
Capital.
as well. Probably just haven't seen the best of him.
No, we probably haven't. 14 tick.
Probably should have won 14 last time he was there.
Yeah. They're two
certainly
very
do.
good horses, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Jimmy, to
Very
be fair,
underrated, Jimmy. I think.
Yeah, he raced in all the good sprints. He wasn't disgraced in any of them. And then he went and did what he did in the Russell Balding, was it? Russell Balding, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Got the bonus as well, so he's had a really prosperous campaign.
We had a text message, and I know we said we'd get in touch with Troy Corsons, but I'll just send a text message now to ask about Zoo Sensation.
Right. He's always pretty good on the text. He'll get back.
Hopefully.
Just tell him it's your last show, or second last show.
Trying to listen to you and text at the same time. It's not really working.
Oh, shut up then. You go.
All right, everyone
This will be
quiet.
good radio.
Is
Won't
Zoo
matter.
Sensation still coming west for the Winterbottom and Gold Rush?
Are you asking me? You're sending that to Troy.
Oh, we're just thinking out loud now.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So we've done that. Zoo Sensation. This listener, Sam, had a nibble in the Winterbottom and the Gold Rush and wondering if my ticket is already confetti. So hopefully, Sam, we'll be able to let you know this morning. If Troy doesn't get back, we'll try Will Larkin.
Yeah, exactly. They're good lads.
Or Nathan Bennett.
Yep. They normally get back straight away, so that'll be good.
All right, this is Mark. Thanks for the years of tips and laughs, boys. I've been a regular for at least 10 years and always enjoyed starting the day listening to the show. Happy punting. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers to you, Mark. Thank you.
A lot of those messages coming through, which is greatly appreciated. We'll hopefully try and get back to all of you, but I know Diggers likes to blow his own trumpet, but it's a little bit awkward for me to sort of read out all those nice messages.
Yeah.
A little bit awkward.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jim the Pommy Pie, and I think this is an apt message. I'm going to call out Sophie for managing all the tipping competitions and all our random ways of sending in our entries. You're a master of numbers and us punters. Good luck for the future, Sophie. You're a smart cookie and someone will land a gun. Hear to that.
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Jim. Thank you.
And Jim said it's a great idea to do the Flying Fox. Maybe we could have a comp. Which of the lads screams the loudest going down it?
Nah.
Diggers is old.
No, well, it'll be you because I won't be on the Flying Fox, so I will not be screaming. I am not a Flying Fox person. No. Or zip line or call it whatever you will. No. You won't get me up there. Call me soft, that's fine. I've been called a lot worse. I am not going anywhere near one of those. Don't look at me like I've got two heads. I'm just telling you how it is. No interest.
But so no rides whatsoever. Like bumper cars and then that's
bumper cars are good. I like bumper cars. That's
not really a ride,
No,
is it?
it's not. No, I'm not.
The teacups.
The teacups. I went on it was a couple of years ago now. I ended up on one of those rides at the Adventure World. Was it a roller coaster there?
Yeah.
Oh, that can go forth and multiply. That was no
How big
fun.
was it?
I don't know.
They've got one that's
Comes out of the dark and goes up and
goes almost over the road. It feels like.
yeah, and my guts went just about all over the road.
Yeah, right.
No good. No, not for me. I'm not built for that. I'm more of a low centre of gravity person. I'm sort of more lawn. I'm more lawn than heights.
Mart took a shot at you yesterday. I thought
What
it
did
was
he
a bit
say?
harsh on drive.
What did he say?
Bluey texting the boys on drive and asked them to mow the lawns as well. So we're building a little bit of a crew there.
Yeah.
Landscaping.
What did Mart say?
He said he thought you'd be very good at it.
Why?
Because you're a bit lower to the ground.
It gets stuffed, Mart. Actually,
Not sure how that helps mowing the lawn.
Yeah,
but
well,
still.
we're not cutting it by hand, are we?
Wow.
Jeez. Oh, Mart.
Who's this from? Still no text message on this, but this is you, Diggers. I'm at a Bucks Day on Saturday with 30 blokes on the lawn. Join in if you like.
I was just going to go and sit somewhere quiet.
Join in. Have a go. Send it.
Who's that from?
I couldn't find a name there.
What's the number?
04.
Right, okay. 30 blokes at a buck show at the races? What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Think they need ideas where to go to next?
No, I think they're all mapped out. I think they will.
What gives you that
Tim
impression?
had his buck show at the... Didn't he have a buck show?
Yeah, he did.
And
yeah,
you went
races.
on the bus. And what was the music that was on the bus? Where did you leave?
Started at Tim's house. We started at Tim's house.
Yes.
And then we went to the races. I can't remember what day. It was awfully hot, wasn't it?
It was hot, you're right. It was.
Stinking hot day, so it must have been early year.
Yeah.
And then, so a couple of buses took us from Tim's house to the races.
And the music.
The bloke with the DJ played the GWS Giants theme song for most of the time there.
Why would you play a football theme song of GWS on a busload of blokes on a buck show?
Not sure. That's right. I'd forgotten about that.
Oh, I remember because we were upstairs.
I think Richmond's song got a run as well.
Oh, did it? As you would.
There's a long day. This is a long day.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah, he. To his credit, he put a fair bit down his gullet that day. He was very good. Very proud of him. Yeah, it was a good display by Tim.
You haven't had a Bucks Day, Diggs, but it's hard to keep it all down.
I went to yours. I thought it was midnight when I left. It was about 7 o'clock. I was in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, geez. A taxi ride home cost me about $250.
Oh, Chucky Cortland.
Oh, dear me. Anyway, hopefully I only have to do it once.
If you're doing it more than once, give Cobb a call.
No, he doesn't. Jason from Swanview, he's done the Flying Fox off the Madagarrett Bridge.
Has he?
Yeah, loved it. Especially the walk to the campfield and the few beers after. It's beautiful. It'll be a beautiful day to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
There you go. Someone else is jumping on. Benny from Bunbury, you said he would jump on there with you.
What, the Flying Fox?
Yeah.
Benny, I'm not going anywhere near it, mate. I can assure you. I'm not going. You're more than welcome to drive up and head out and get on it or get part of it. But no. Or do you like that sort of stuff, do you?
I wouldn't say I like it, no.
But you'll do it.
I'm more inclined to do like that Flying Fox over the water than I would be to do I hate the ones that, they go up and then they just drop.
Oh, like a bungee sort of thing?
Yeah. I wouldn't do bungee jumping.
You wouldn't do bungee jumping?
Skydiving, no.
Why would you jump out of a perfectly good plane?
Not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Peter O'Neill's walked in. Text message, Slammer. He's been a great listener to the show over the years. Thanks for the great show, lads, over the years. Love the Carlton banter. One thing's for sure, they will still be a crap team like North Melbourne. All the best to you and to all the other listeners that have made the show what it is.
Thank you very much.
No need for the back end.
No, but it's understandable though, isn't it? We're just a terrible side. We are. So, I'm actually glad. Part of me is glad next year I don't have to come in here and face up to you on a Monday morning after Collingwood's had a win and North lost another game.
No, I think for a Collingwood supporter, this is the perfect year to end it on.
Yeah.
There's only one way, I think.
All right, we'll start a podcast so we can talk about it.
Yeah. The Losers Podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Ivan. Oh, gee whiz.
Yes.
They're just laying into you. That's not very...
Oh, well.
You could get a job as Sanders' little helper.
Yes.
Being a small gnome you are. At least 6 weeks of casual work.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ivan. I like it.
I'm not exactly sure you're the man that you'd want spreading the joy, so to speak.
Oh, righto. Thanks for that. You prick.
Well, you said a couple of days ago you don't like people.
No, and I'm not a massive fan of people. That doesn't make me a bad person.
No, I didn't say I did. I just said spreading joy for Christmas probably isn't your strong suit.
No, that's probably fair. I told the kids a couple of years ago, Father Christmas or Santa Claus isn't real.
Oh, yeah.
I got in trouble for that.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
No, well, I'm just going to double down.
Someone's asked for your best today. Have you got that far?
Herald. Race 3, the 1675. I think Herald.
Could start there at Bunbury.
Yeah, wonderful start, that one of Tim's. Herald, for me, the best down there.
All right, nearing a win. So Rick from Rossmoyne's got back in touch. How much gloss has come off Jamie Mallam's carnival after a big suspension for Blake Shinn's fall and subsequent injuries? I don't think it's... Look,
it's disappointing for Jamie. She was always going to get time once Blake hit the ground. I think we all acknowledge you saw it and they think, she's in trouble here. There was the shift and Blake hits the deck. So she was always going to get time. She's not the first jockey to cop a lengthy, careless riding suspension, and she won't be the last. She had a wonderful spring. I think she'll be okay with it. Look, ideally, she'd like to keep riding, but I think she'll be okay with a month off. It's not going to break her.
I'd love to know the psychology of trying to ride in a race after winning a Melbourne Cup like that. Like just the emotions, the feeling, trying to get locked back in for that ride. And I'm not saying that contributed to anything that happened, but I'm sure riders of the past, you've got to ride in the last after you've won a Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, you'd
Your
be
first
buzzing,
Melbourne Cup, you'd just be like floating on air. You'd sort of not really know where you were.
And maybe that's contributed to it. She's just had that moment where she wasn't as sharp or as in tune as she should have been. She's made an error of judgment. Blake hits the deck, unfortunately breaks a leg, and she misses a month of race riding. So there's no winners here. There are no winners.
No, exactly.
It's not a deliberate act. It's just a mistake. We're human. We all make mistakes.
Yep, exactly right. And unfortunately, it's racing. All right, we'll head out to the news. Paddy Sweeney will join us on the Sports Daily, another great friend of the station, to chat a little bit of the football news that have come out over the last week or so.
Tab Radio, your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Daily. Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham with you. Of course, if you've missed anything from the show, we spoke to Simon Miller a little bit earlier on, Ray Williams, Adam Hamilton, to take a look at the weekend harness racing. Between 7 and 8, we discussed also the feature racing there at Ascot, Nick Ashman, and we'll catch up with Jules Vallance just after 8:35. Get his thoughts for the CF4 meeting there at Caulfield. Obviously, just got a little bit caught up, but we'll get him.
Apologies, TC. All prices are up now with Tab Touch for the opening day of the Pinnacles out there. So Brad McManus has been nice and industrious, and he's got the 10 races up to have an investment on.
How's the Batavia Sprint looking Sunday?
Fell away a little bit from the nom. When I say fell away a bit, there's 16 left at this stage.
14 to run?
14 to run. So now one there that hasn't got a rider at the moment is Ghost Who Walks, who would be jumping from the extreme outside, I think. I'm not mistaken there, TC.
Nearly.
Sorry.
27 noms through 24.
So he jumped from the second widest gate. Super Session was nommed. Kripalenko, who was also nommed for the Colonel Reeves, is going to run up there under the 60 for Greg Buglehole. Troy Turner will take the ride. Braden Garth has been named on Silver Eye. Tash Faithful on Super Session. Joseph Sion on the mark. Austin Gallardi, Zing to win. Joey Azzopardi rides Just St. James. Zephyr Johnston Porter on the Horseman. Lisa Staples on Resonator. The Calabrese, we had a good chat to Chris Gangemi earlier this week. He's going. So he's been scratched from the opening race on Saturday, and the Calabrese will take his place in the Batavia Sprint. Jordan Turner to ride. Chanel Cooper on Bombay's Style. Casey Hunter, Prince Ragnar. Lakdar Rumley Collective. And then you're into the emergencies. So it's not a bad little field, to be fair.
All right. Troy Corsons has got back. Up in the air at the moment. We'll have an answer this afternoon. Zoo Sensation coming.
Zoo Sensation, right.
West. So up in the air at the moment.
Okay. Well, that's good. Bit of feedback.
Whoever that listener was that texted in and asked about what Zoo Sensation was doing. Yep. Your ticket's not confetti just yet.
No.
But it might be this afternoon.
Yes. And then you'll have to reload.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
All right. Good friend of the station. He joins us one final time from Channel 9 here in Perth, and he was a key feature of the Burning Sensation. Paddy Sweeney joins us once again on the Sports Daily. Paddy, a very good morning to you.
Taylor, Digby, good morning. I tell you what, this is the farewell tour. You've so had to dive deep into the contacts book to ring out my name. But I'll just tell you what, though, just before we get started, Simon Miller's just sent me a message with his list that he wants me to read out. So if you can clear the next 15 minutes, boys, I'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. Happy to pot people, is he? No, he's a good man. He was very good this morning. His typical entertaining self. How are you, Paddy? You good?
I'm going well, thanks, Digby. Yeah, things are going well. It just continues on, doesn't it? So it's out of football season in terms of the AFL. I know the AFLW at the pointy end now, but I think I heard you earlier in the week, Digby, sum it up beautifully. The AFL loves to flood the market. There's only a couple of times during the year that they're not trying to be front page, back page, creating headlines on TV, radio and all. And yeah, it's still doing that this week with the fixture drop, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
What about the double headers on a Friday night, Paddy? They're a good idea, aren't they?
Oh, he's not happy.
Yeah, wonderful idea. I know. I could sort of understand a little bit earlier that sort of the nature and the tone that was coming across Digby, that TC wasn't too happy. It is a bit of a strange one. I think I agree wholeheartedly with what you were saying earlier, Digby, about Sydney GWS pretty much going head-to-head with Geelong and the Western Bulldogs. I don't understand that. It sort of dilutes what we have come to see is a great, and it's a real and genuine rivalry between Sydney and GWS. You'd love to see that stand alone, and so too the showdown in round 8 on a Friday night. I don't know why the Bulldogs and Fremantle are on at a similar time frame, and I think it's disappointing for us fans here in the West. We obviously keep a keen eye on the Eagles and the Dockers, but Adelaide and Port Adelaide, I think we've seen some absolute cracking games in showdowns, and that should absolutely be a standalone fixture as well. So the Friday nights, in terms of that, Fremantle are getting some marquee games, and the full fixture, we have to say, isn't out at the moment. But across the first 15 rounds, which will be released sometime today, we understand that Fremantle will be featuring on 6 across the Thursday and Friday night games. So that's a reflection of just where they're at, and also where the AFL see them at in what they can achieve in 2026.
Yeah, exactly right. You should earn your right to play on a Friday night, I think, and then this just dilutes it, I think, the fact. And then you sort of, Fremantle, as you say, Paddy, they've probably got 6 Friday nights, but a couple of them might be double headers, so it sort of loses its a little bit of lustre, I reckon.
Yeah, it does. And I think the one thing that I really want to see incorporated is Thursday night or Friday night football outside of Melbourne, because I feel as though Melbourne is flooded with football every single weekend. If you take the games to Perth, to South Australia, to Brisbane and Sydney, they are marquee matches in that state. People get around it. They love their football, and they're well-attended games. And I feel as though that is where maybe the Thursday, Friday night football games, there's a presence there. They should probably have one a month. I don't think the Eagles are going to be getting too many Thursday, Friday night football fixtures at all this year, and probably potentially they're going to have to earn some in the years to come. But that's where I sort of see the marquee matches and really make something of it for those interstate sides and their supporters.
You've followed both WA clubs very closely for a long period of time now, Paddy. There's an enormous focus on young Harley Reid. We saw some vision of him, or a photo of him, earlier this week, and he looks like he's a completely different shape than he was 12 months ago.
Yeah, that's true, Digby. And if I'm being completely honest, he needed to be as well. This time last year, Harley, by his own admission, didn't come back in great shape. He didn't get hardly any pre-season under his belt, and it showed. And I think we saw that sense of anger and frustration, which he has alluded to in 2025. And I've got a feeling that a fair bit of that probably stemmed from the fact that he wasn't fully fit. He didn't give himself the best chance, and it showed him what he was delivering on game day. And I think with the closer attention that he copped in season 2, that sort of became a bit of a melting pot for Harley, and we saw some emotions come out at times. So it's been great to see, speaking to a number of people, it appears as though Harley sort of knuckled down and applied himself much more, which is great. The photo that you've seen, I think a lot of people have seen, the pipes are out in full force, which is great. There was a bit of a concern on Monday when they returned. The first to fourth years, he grabbed at his calves a couple of times and went off and got some treatment. That sort of appeared to be some cramp, and he was back out there and completed the session. But Harley really needs a big pre-season, because it can set him up for next year. In season 3, West Coast will expect, and they need him to go to another level and be at the forefront of this rebuild. So a lot of attention is on Harley Reid. It's because we know he's such an immense talent. If he can bring that work rate and effort up to the same level of talent that he's got, he can produce some big things next year.
Did your ears prick up, Paddy, last week when he was given an interview on the beach somewhere and he said, "You've got to do your time, and for me this wasn't the right time"? We spoke about this last week on the show. The journalist who actually got that grab was our very own at 9 News, Owen Leonard, and at the time when I sort of heard it, I thought, it almost sounds like he's been held prisoner. There was a bit of context around him, I dare say. I dare say Dom Pike and maybe a few at West Coast would have been thinking, what does he mean by that? It might have left a few open to interpret different things. I do cast my mind back to the game earlier in 2025 when he was really strong on the lip. He was very strong verbally to Jason Horne-Francis.
about how you went home to mummy after just 1 year. And I think as soon as he did that, the needle sort of shifted, and you thought, well, Harley really needs to see some time out here in WA, and I'm glad that he has. I think it's going to be a great thing for him in the long run. He's now committed for a further 3 years, so that'll take him to 5 years at West Coast, and who knows what he'll do after that. But in 5 years' time, if he continues on the trajectory that I think we all think he'll get to, he'll be a really good player. But he's always spoken his mind, Harley, in the rare interviews that he does give, and I think that's what people want and what we love about athletes. But I think there would have been a few at West Coast thinking, okay, what does he mean about that? And maybe a few might have put in a call to Harley just to get some clarification on that as well.
What about Fremantle? Justin Longmuir, he's gone. He's transitioned from the stock standard contract to the employment agreement with the football club. How much pressure is he under, and how far can they go in 2026?
Yeah, I think that move from the contract, that'll always ensure that there is some speculation around him and his future. There's no denying that. And I think it's pretty simple for Justin and Fremantle. It's finals again. They must improve on what they did in returning to finals in 2025. I think everyone thought that they started pretty warm favourites against Gold Coast here, didn't they? And they, an absolute cracking game. I didn't think they lost too many admirers from that, but they would have been bitterly disappointed that they didn't at least progress to week 2 of finals. So I think in 2026 they simply must play finals, and I dare say they've got to get beyond week 1. I think it's they're now in a really good age demographic where they've got a lot of their gun players in that sort of 24 to 26 age bracket, and you talk about the Brayshaws, the Sarongs, your Hayden Youngs. They've got stars on all lines of the field and the park, and I think they got hurt early last year by some inconsistencies in their form. They didn't have the experience and the leadership of Nat Fyfe and Michael Walters for pretty much the entire year. Sean Darcy was out early as well. So if they can get a clean run of health, and it's a big if because every club goes through it at some stage during the year, you would expect them to be pushing for top 4, and that's where I sort of see them in 2026.
Do you like the addition of Judd McVie?
I do. I think Fremantle have gone pretty hard in the trade period in recent seasons. We've seen the acquisition of Luke Jackson and Shea Bolton. I think what Judd will be able to do is just provide a bit more run and dash and carry, and the potential to run up and down the ground. And I think for him internally, he'd been sort of wanting some more opportunity to not just be a lockdown defender, which he has been in Melbourne. And I know that does take a toll on these lockdown defenders. I think that from what I understand, Brandon Starcevic was in a similar boat, but my understanding is that he was able to deal with that because he was winning flags and he was contending at the pointy end of the year. It's a bit harder when you're playing on these gun small forwards week in, week out, and you're watching the ball come down and they're 60 inside 50. So Judd will not be getting that at Fremantle. They've got a pretty handy defence there. He'll be playing along the likes of, a Jordan Clark. You've got Luke Ryan, Brennan Cox, Alex Pearce. There's some pretty experienced heads down there, and he'll be able to go about his business and grow and grow into that role. And I feel as though that'll be a nice acquisition. I think he's a good pickup.
West Coast, Paddy, they've been a very poor football club now for longer than I think the West Coast fans would have wanted and or expected. Have they bottomed out?
I feel as though this is probably the year that they have. Yeah, I think they have. I think with picks 1 and 2 heading into the draft, they have pick 13 as well. Essentially, they turned a compensation pick from the AFL as part of that assistance package into Brandon Starcevic. They will definitely get Devon Robertson as a rookie post the draft next week. So they'll add a little bit of experience into that. Harley Reid, another year there, proper pre-season. Ruben Jimby, Elijah Hewitt, Brady Hoff. There is some signs. There's also, I know the question though, Digby, there's some also concerns. Jeremy McGovern's gone. We've seen Dom Sheed retire, albeit he didn't have much of a role to play this year. For mine, one of the big keys is Elliot Yeo. I still think there's some concerns over his body and some doubts over his fitness there. if they can get him back, they're a much better chance of winning the ball at the source. And that's been a big issue for West Coast in their ruck stocks and also that midfield. So I think this year, look, we're talking about a really low base. And if they haven't bottomed out, you think, geez, on a win-loss ratio, there's not too much lower you can go from West Coast point of view on 2025. But I feel like they have. I think they're capable of winning 4 or 5 games this year. But they need to stay on the park and they need some more growth internally. It's still going to be, I think, a little bit slow, but they'll be a better side in 2026. At least that's what I'm hoping for anyway.
All right, that's the football. Now the important stuff, Paddy. I know the household's filling up with children, but have you got a free day on Saturday to come out to the races?
Saturday, I've got a couple of things on. I'll tell you what, though, if you could just ring my wife, Taylor, I reckon you'd be a greater chance than I am to try and get those off at the races. I would love to get back out to the races and share a cold beverage with the two of you, and obviously the Tab Radio listeners out there. And I dare say this is the time to do it, isn't it? The Pinnacles are upon us, which is wonderful. So I will be out there a couple of times over the Pinnacles and looking forward to that, and I'll be definitely giving you boys a text message for sure.
All right. If you need tips, text Diggers.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we're all experts, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Until the race starts.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Paddy, great to chat this morning, mate. And thank you for your contribution to this radio station from a few years ago. It was a great deal of fun working alongside yourself. You've gone from strength to strength. You're a key pillar now at Channel 9 and your future is bright. Thanks, mate.
No, thank you. And just I want to echo the sentiments of a lot of people in the past couple of weeks who have sung the praises of yourself and everyone at Tab Radio. We will miss Tab Radio. It provides a lot of entertainment and fun, but also a lot of great insight. And I know I've become a lot more educated in the racing, pacing and chasing landscape. And everyone there at Tab Radio should be incredibly proud of what they've achieved over the past few decades. But we will be greatly missing you guys. So thanks so much for your contribution to those codes in the state.
Very kind. Thank you very much, Paddy. We'll catch up for that cold one shortly.
Absolutely.
There's Paddy Sweeney from Channel 9.
Good man.
The new Matt Pavlich.
Yes, exactly right.
Just bigger and stronger.
Great. Oh, okay. Great to have a chat to Paddy. He was very good, speaks well, has an excellent hand on all things sport here in this state. Now, there's been a little bit of activity, TC, on the Tab Touch markets with some of these features. We spoke about Talk & Co earlier, $2.50. She's into $2.35. Oh. So she's trimmed up a bit there, and Luana Miss is now $1.80. $1.80? $1.80 for the Placid Arc, Luana Miss, when we were doing our chat just after 7 o'clock. So, just under 90 minutes ago, she, I think, was $1.95. So there's been good money for her.
You wouldn't have done your markets just yet?
No, I haven't done the market on that yet, but there'll be a few horses in my market that are 4 figures, like 4 figures, big 4 figures. So they
just sink the boots in?
No, I'm not sinking the boots in, but then taking up no percentage in my book.
Yeah.
So $1.80 short though, boy oh boy. But yeah, you've got her at $1.80, Schnitzel Latte $3.90, and the next horse in the market is Twisted Steel at $12. So yeah, good money, Luana Miss, the filly.
Slammer's just asked, which bar will you be at on Saturday?
Which bar will I be at, Slammer, on Saturday?
I didn't think you'd give the information out.
No, I like sort of just floating around a few of the bars sort of out the back.
Just all of them?
Yeah, there's a few there. Just sit
out
there.
The back?
Out the back.
Behind the bookies ring?
Yes, out there. Sit out there. There's not many people around. There's a bar behind you. You've got the big screen.
Perfect.
It's great. That's what I like anyway. That way. What are you laughing at?
No, nothing. Just you.
That's just
You're
me.
just a unique individual.
I'm borderline recluse. It's good.
Recluse, you say? Okay. Yep. Tim's texting.
Which Tim?
From Lansdale.
Oh, yes.
Good morning to the younger listeners who just found out Santa isn't real. Thanks for putting on such a great show every morning.
Yeah, he's false.
So you've potted Christmas as well?
No, I haven't potted Christmas. I'm just saying Santa is a myth. So for all you kids that are in the car today, when your parents say Santa will be, coming down the chimney and leave a cookie out, it's rubbish. It's a lie. Your parents are lying to you. There you go. We'll get to the traffic now.
Holy dooly.
Well, your kids aren't listening, are they?
Well, they don't listen.
They
Full stop.
They just refuse to listen.
Yeah. You say, no, don't do that. They turn around, laugh at you and continue to do it.
Good on them.
So sort of Christmas presents for Archie and Isaac going forward, probably off the table?
No, you can give them Christmas presents, but just tell them they're
from you.
Oh, I'll give them presents. I got them a little... What did I get them?
You got them two little...
cars.
Like ride-on cars. They sit on them and...
They crash them?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I'll give them gifts and I'll tell them this is from me. It's not from Father Christmas or Santa Claus or call him what you will. He is a hoax.
St. Nick.
Yep, he's a hoax as well.
Oh, righto. Finishing with the bang, tell you that much. All right, out to the roads.
Black Tab Radio, your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Daily. We've had a couple of minutes to digest the fact that Diggers has told everyone Santa's not real on air. So now we're back and we get to welcome in Jules Vallance to the show. Caulfield, 10 races on the program, headlined by the CF Stakes. Jules, a very good morning to you.
Hang on, what? Santa's not good. Come on, guys.
I just told the kids that if their parents tell them Father Christmas is coming on Christmas Eve, it's a lie. There you go, Jules.
It's turning into one of the great send-offs, Jules.
I've been getting cold for a while anyway, so stuffing.
Now, Jules, if I was to ask you where Jimmy Star ranks as in the better horses in this country, where would he sit?
He's just about up there as good a 1,400-metre weight for age horse we've got, I think, to be honest. He'd be in your top 3 1,400-metre weight for age horses, I think. Top of my head, yeah, he's right up there. I mean, he puts himself into a position where he's not one that you can sort of take to the bank just because of his racing pattern. Yep. It's sort of that negative neutral from the gate. But to be honest, he's one of those horses that punters love because he gives that finishing burst. He gives that like the Chautauqua vibe. So his wins are always considered breathtaking because he's usually the one charging through the line and it's like you're going to get up in that last 50. So he's great for the game. Yeah, he's an absolute ripper. There's no doubting that.
Yeah. So how's it set up for him in the CF Stakes? And probably talking about him, I dare say in a year's time we might be talking about Angel Capital in a similar mould.
Yeah, I mean, really interesting here because I think the 3-year-old with the blinkers first time, Vinrock, probably becomes the speed influence in the race. I think if you look at it and you go Vinrock and in particular Evaporate, for them to beat these other two, have to have the march on them. And they also have to go at a decent enough tempo because I don't think Evaporate and Vinrock have 11 flats in them. Now, we know that the other two, Jimmy and Angel Capital, probably have 10.7, 10.6 in their capabilities, their last 200 metres. The other two can probably do 11 forwards, but they don't have that finishing knockout punch. So they need to go at a pretty good tempo, and I think they will try to try and just get Jimmy Star and Angel Capital out of their comfort zone a little bit earlier. I mean, if this is a really tight, compact field with 2 lengths top to bottom, then Jimmy Star and Angel Capital are going to monster them because they've just got such big finishing bursts. So Angel Capital is a really interesting one because I think for him to beat Jimmy Star, he's got to try and get Jimmy Star and Ethan Brown to the left pocket of, so he can then control the destiny of Jimmy Star. But I just don't think Ethan Brown will allow that. So he seems to have the map advantage over a horse like Angel Capital, and if that's the case, if he's in front of Angel Capital, then I can't see Angel Capital beating him.
Okay, so is there a suggested play here or not?
Oh, look, I marked Jimmy Star around 210, 220, so current price, I can't play in that space.
Yep.
I don't want to back Angel Capital at that sort of current price. I've marked Vinrock a little bit smaller than that $17. He might be the one that just might get the march with the blinkers first time and might be hard to run down. Sort of marked him around $11, $12. So I could play edge a little bit Vinrock, but it's not a race I particularly want to get involved in because I think the 2 best horses will probably fight it out.
All right, before we get some suggested bets, the Sandown Guineas is also on the day at Caulfield. Are we going to see a budding star in She's Alibi?
She was outstanding. I mean, to be honest, her 2 runs this prep have been really, really good. I mean, we sort of forget her first up run at Caulfield was behind a horse called Ten Tyrus. And you watched her through the line, she was just sensational. We wanted to be with her last start. She just waited. Luke Nolan was really patient with her. When it got the gap, she just exploded and absolutely monstered that field. I'm not 100% sold 1,600 is going to be her ideal destination, but this race just fits perfectly for where she probably was with the prep. She's going to need luck at some stage, but you go back to that race that she won at 1,400 metres and you go past the line, 200 metres past the post. Luke Nolan couldn't, she ran all the way home. She ran to Pakenham herself. So she's in rare air, and I expect her to be winning. No spoil on the price, but I expect her to knock these off pretty comfortably.
All right. Where else would you like to steer our listeners into on Saturday? It's a good card.
It is a really good card, really competitive. I'm going to go to the last race. Number 13, Spioni. So it takes on a horse called Taken, which I've got a big opinion on, and sort of made some money in it at last prep. But it's first up off only one jump out. Just don't know if it's going to be 100% screwed down, whereas Spioni comes out of a race last start behind Naval Academy. Stolly Bolly ran second, Persian Spirit ran fourth. I've got that race rating really well. Go back to its debut win at Moonee Valley Maiden. It went through the roof with me. Went up to Sydney again, rated really well. I think this is a really nice horse. Gets Williams, gets a cushy barrier, and if rain does eventually come, no issue there either. It's just a high percentage play for me. I think Spioni in the last race.
All right, that's just the one. One suggested bet?
I reckon we can back in race 4. Beast Mode is airborne, and it's going to be a long way in front of us, or it's going to be in front of us. But 1,100 metres, I'm just going to take the fact that Hedge, third go Bedgood, from that cute barrier can just try and tag Beast Mode enough and then get over it in that last 50. I think it's going to be, heart and mouth kind of stuff, but I want to be with Hedge at 1,100 over Beast Mode, who, no knock, is going really, really well, but I just reckon we can get it in that last 50 metres.
All right, Hedged at $3.40 with Tab Touch race 4, number 4. Beautiful. Thank you very much for your time, Jules. Thanks for all your contributions over the spring. And if anyone wants to keep up with what you're doing, they can just head to Instagram and follow Foxcatcher.
Yeah, absolutely. Really appreciate your work, boys, and going to be sad that you're no longer on the airwaves. So disappointing from my point of view, but hopefully I wish you all the best going forward. Really appreciate you.
Thanks, mate. Continue to bet.
Cheers. Will do.
There we go. There's Jules Vallance.
He's a good man, isn't he?
That is a good day at Caulfield, actually.
It is an excellent day. Yeah, look, you sit there and go, oh, gee whiz, are we over the spring in Melbourne? And then you look at that card and, yes, the Oars are small but select field, but there's some high-class horses in there, really good horses. And then you look at the race prior and the Guineas, and then there's
My Gladiola there.
Yeah, it's a very, very good card of racing. So hopefully the weather plays ball. We get a good track. But, yeah, it's a terrific card. No knock on it.
Don't know if I'm in the minority or I'm just a sicko, but the spring in Melbourne can just go for as long as it wants.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it feels more authentic, I'm sorry, than Sydney.
There's no need to bring that into it.
No, it just does. Like, in all due respect, they're traditional, proper races.
Why is it
like
that?
The 5 Diamonds and the...
I feel like if you're in WA, you sort of follow Melbourne racing a little bit more than Sydney. I don't know if that's true. It's just a feeling I get.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Maybe it's a football thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We've all sort of grown up watching, we're from an Australian rule state, Victoria, Australian rule state. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not
feeling
sure.
right, do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people here, and I'm sure there's a lot of people here who are happy to bet into Sydney, but I just feel that we seem to have more in common with Victorians, I think, than New South Welshmen and women.
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I think. But
I know a lot more people that go to the Melbourne Spring Carnival as opposed to go to the Everest, or they go for the championships, or...
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, you look at...
Probably because you can't get around Sydney, it's a headache.
And it's wet. But you look at that Sydney Autumn, that's a fantastic... Those 2 days of the championships, outstanding.
Yeah. Yep.
Again...
Lead up to the Golden Slipper.
Authentic, proper races. And yes, there is a time and a place for these, races which have burst onto the scene like an Everest. But when you've got these Group 1s and Group 2s and traditional lead-ups to proper races, I think it just adds a little bit more to the purist's point of view.
Reese from the Hills makes a good point. It's because they run the wrong way round.
Yes, they do. Yes, good point. Good point.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Brad McManus. We'll take a look at these markets for Ascot Saturday, day one of the Pinnacles this weekend.
Maytag Radio, your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
All right, Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham with you, and joining us now on the Sports Daily, Brad McManus. Brad from Tab Touch, how do you do?
Well, hello, gentlemen. How are we?
Very well, Bradley, for this one last time of a update with the Tab Touch prices, and it's a good one to go out on because this is a wonderful day's racing, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant it is. And Luana Miss has met with significant support. Now $1.80, Bradley.
Yeah, the pros have jumped in. They thought the $2.30 or $2.40 was plenty, and they got stuck in. Well done to the punters. That I think Luana Miss might have been maybe $13 or $14 in those sort of all-in markets. So well played to those punters. They're looking good. And, now I'm not sure about the red odds, but punters very keen. So you can't argue what the horse has done this preparation.
Do you think she stays around that price range, or do you think she just gets a little bit easier as we get closer to jump time?
Tough to see her drifting really. Everything sort of looks good, doesn't it, Diggs? Like the map set up the barrier. It's hard to take a strong set against her, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else to touch on money-wise from the Placid Arc before we move on?
No, it's pretty much one-way traffic. As you just sort of look out wide, there's that money starting to come for Twisted Steel. And aside from that, punters just looking at a few real roughies. It's been some good money for Fury Spark at a price for those keen on a wild one for the knobs.
Okay, right. Fiery Spark there for Sean McGrady and Steve Wolf.
All right, that's the Placid Arc. All right, we might start back to the start of the day and then we'll get to the features at the end. We'll rip through the first couple. Race number 1, the Calabrese comes out, as we've touched on, goes to Geraldton Sunday. Lady Boss is the favourite at $3.70, coming off some New South Wales form.
Good early go, $6 into $3.70. Punters obviously liked what they saw with the trial and like the setup here. Lady Boss has been one of the better goes of the day. A bit of money starting to trickle through now for Wicked Phenom as well. But Lady Boss, there's an asterisk near this horse early.
All right, what about the prospects of Fast Harry? The market seems to be quite keen that he can continue his winning ways.
Yeah, $4.80 into $3.20 for Harold. Well commissioned. Sold Nelson Pro money as well. Just worth noting there's been some good each-way support, Pure Obsession and Invincible Power. We get that Invincible Power ready to run a race. Interesting speed map here, Diggs.
Yes, I'd agree with that. I wouldn't have thought there's a great deal of top end. Would that be fair? Sholas goes, but Sholas is... Yeah. Mm. When I say that, it's not sort of. I don't think it's 1,400 top end speed in this company. Would that be fair, Brad?
Yeah, completely agree. I reckon Dougal could lead this if you wanted to.
Yeah. So it's potentially a bit messy. But if that's the case, there's that 3-4 deep line bunching. That's when William can navigate a path. He's better at it than anyone. At doing that. But
does that setup happen in race number 3 as well, Brad? Drawn wide gate, Summers Legacy, 1,800 metre start at Ascot. Favourite 440 Summers Legacy.
Rendless at this stage. The money up the top for Blazing Emerald. A bit of each way support, Magnus Choice as well. And punters, we have a text message.
Oh,
we have a text message.
Yes.
Which you said one last time.
Extreme love.
Last time punted. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's been a really good each way go.
Okay. Well, he's got a little bit of spending money at the moment.
Fair to say the stable ticking some boxes at the moment.
Yep.
It's going to be
able to
tough.
afford a new pair of sunglasses, I reckon, Mitchie.
Oh, it's going to be a tough race to do the form on, Diggers.
Yeah, full field of 18, graduation. Thanks very much. Now, race 4, the mile. We get to see Fun Chow now. I think you took a set against this girl the other day, Brad. You're on the money because she was good, but she was unable to reel in the leader.
Yeah, very nice run and into favourite already here. We thought Asphalt probably should have been favourite, but the market disagrees early. But there has been some pro money Asphalt and 11 Forever Boy getting some good each way support as well. I think worth noting it probably should have almost won first up last prep.
Yeah, agree with that.
All right, race number 5, 1,000 metres, 66 plus. Good race. Black Aura favourite. Trino's trolled very well. Prospector's pick returns. Jazz Session hasn't done much wrong this preparation. Where's the money been?
Yeah, fair dinkum. Interesting speed. There's about 17 leaders. Punters are sort of scratching their heads and can't blame. Bit of money, Black Aura. As expected, Prospector's pick, who teams well supported every start. And down the bottom, I think LK might have borrowed Mitchie's phone. Capitola, some huge bets early at the bigger price of the 50s into 20s.
Okay. Right. Good race. Competitive race, that. The 66 plus 1,000, big field as well. Now we get to the first of the features, Brad. Race 6, the Hosemasters Colonel Reeves Stakes, Group 3, set weights and penalties, 1,100 metres. Joker's Grin, understandably the favourite, $1.70. What price did you open him?
$1.70. Did get out a bit to $1.80, but pros stepped in for the Joker. Fair to say, if the racing from now on doesn't get you up and about, there is no pleasing you.
Correct.
What a finish to the day. This race, however, the money's been early for Oscar's Fortune. Repossession well supported. So those two especially each way have been snipped away at it. And Joker just settling in at about that $1.70 range, and undoubtedly there'll be some multis flying through a few of these favourites late in the day.
Yep, absolutely. All right, the Jungle Mist Classic, 1,200 metres. London's Image, very good first up at $3. Yorga Pride's at $3.90. Taropa $7.50. Twain's Angel $8.50. Cessation at $9.50. What's happening with this market?
Yeah, cracking edition, isn't it? And London's Image well supported by Eastern States pros. There's also local sharp money for Yorga Pride, Taropa, Cessation at the big price. They backed that 23 into $9.50. Good early go. And Twain's Angel getting some support as well. So really good betting race.
Okay, it's a really good Jungle Mist Classic. Now, the feature on the day is the Key Clean WA Champion Fillies Stakes over the mile, Group 3. We know it's set weights, and that is why Talk & Co, I dare say, is very, very popular with the punters here, Brad, now at $2.35.
They've got stuck in here, $2.90 into $2.35. Pros have got stuck in. Worth noting, good each-way support for both Silent Diva and Esther Mirando. Aside from that, reasonably quiet betting race. Big Drifter, Pure Excess. One of the biggest flashing light runs you'll see, $4.60 up to $6 and drifting.
Right. All right, the last of the day, we've spoken about the Placid Arc, the RJ Peters Stakes, 1,500 metres, Cosmic Crusader, $1.60 at the moment. What price does this horse start, Brad?
Well, you tell me, is there a figure shorter than $1?
Brad, just on that, with that money, we spoke about it a little bit earlier. Was that one of the bigger goes that we've seen on a Saturday?
You've seen it.
Well, you're going to have to take a step left of you.
About this, but just the when the money comes, sometimes the pro money comes and then it's followed in.
Yep.
And it just seems relentless, and we see that quite often now. And yeah, they almost got it right, but it's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it? But $1.35.
Yeah, short, really, really short. What price do you reckon he jumps on Saturday?
$1.35.
Do you really?
It's hard, isn't it? I mean, he's probably Loving was every bit as good as it last start and is near double figures now. And I think markets just gravitate towards some animals, and obviously this is a must win. So you know the intent will be there. This is what a great way to finish the day. This is crowd will be up and about by this stage.
Yep, absolutely they will. All right, recap the best bets, please. Or the best backed, I should say.
Well, we'll go with Luana Miss and Talk & Co, both well supported as favourites. And earlier in the day, Lady Boss.
Lady Boss there for the Pierce boys. W Pike to Ride combined yesterday for some success. So punters hoping that's the case again. So no straight up today?
I think Mark's demanded an encore. So
has he?
I think we are. I think we'll go one more time.
Jeez, Johnny Farnham tour. Fair dinkum.
Come on, boys, sort it out.
At least when we say we're finishing up, we are finishing up.
Stick to our word.
Going on. It's not ideal, is it? And it's definitely not due to listener demand. So.
It's Mart's demand. Now, you'll be out there Saturday?
Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll have I'll twist your arm. We'll have a few beers out there, okay?
Oh, I look forward to it, mate.
Good on you, mate. Hey, thanks for everything over the past few years, mate. You've been a great deal of assistance and you've provided a great deal of humour as well. So we do appreciate it and look forward to having a beer with you on Saturday, mate.
Been a pleasure, gentlemen. Look forward to it.
There's Brad McManus from Tab Touch. The first 5 horses on Saturday, William Pike, the first 5 favourites.
First 5 favourites.
First 5 favourites at the moment, as we sit here now, the market.
Well,
so the crowd could be right up and about early.
Well, they'll be...
And then we roll into, as we've spoken about, the four of the 5 features. The favourites look pretty...
Yeah.
Pretty easy to find, pretty easy to back.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It could be... and I think last Saturday was one of those days, wasn't there, where a few well-supported and very popular horses duly saluted, be it a Super Smink, be it a King of Light, be it a Captain Pluto, Beatty. There was massive money for it, for a 2-year-old on debut. So the punters had a really good day last Saturday. On paper, doesn't always eventuate the old on paper. It looks like it could be a profitable day again for the punters, but we know that it is a horse race and horse racing, and there are a lot of variables.
Oh, it's a fun game, isn't it?
Oh, sometimes. Sometimes.
As again, I'll say it again, plenty of text messages coming in support of Tab Radio, the Sports Daily and all the other shows. So thank you very much if you've taken the time out to text in. We'll try and get back to everyone as much as possible, and we'll obviously tomorrow give it hopefully a due send-off. We're lucky enough to be in these seats at the moment, Diggers, but clearly that's only been afforded us the opportunity because of so many great people coming before us.
Oh, very much so. And we can reference them tomorrow, TC. They know who they are, but they also deserve some recognition.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think that's only fair. So we'll put a little bit of time aside tomorrow to acknowledge those that have come well and truly before you and I.
Yep.
And this radio station and the legacy that it leaves, I think a lot of people can be extremely proud.
Yep, and they should be, and probably right now isn't the time that they're going to be awfully proud, but hopefully down the track that they do realise the contribution they've made to all 3 codes here in this state.
Correct.
And the strength that which it finds itself in at the moment is a lot in due part of the promotion and chat that has been on this radio station for the past 30-odd years.
And a person who has worked very closely with this radio station for a long period of time, Giulio Santarelli. Just a shout-out to Jules and his family. Now, Jules has had some health battles himself of late. He's on the other side of that now, but condolences to the Santarelli family because of the passing of Giulio's mother.
Yep.
So it's a tough time for the family. It's been a tough time for Jules of late, so our thoughts and prayers go to him and also his loved ones.
Yep, echo that. Everyone here at Tab Radio sending our thoughts to the Santarelli family. Well said, Diggers. A lot of text messages asking about Big Wes coming on the show tomorrow, but maybe those listeners can... Maybe on Monday you shift over to Sport FM because he's got a regular segment over there.
He has,
with Deck Kelly. I think that's on a Friday.
Yes.
I'll know more next week.
Yes.
But looking forward to that. All right, the last Sports Daily on air from 5:30 tomorrow morning. We'll still have the Hour of Power and we'll do our absolute best to try and find you some more winners over day one of the pinnacles with the Hour of Power Gloucester Park preview tomorrow morning from 8 as well. Catch you then, Diggers.
See you then.